kus mu korter on? Siin on ju. Oh, I'll have a beer too. Oh ja tegelikult äkki peaks mingi õlut ka jooma. Oh, Katriin on siin, ma pole pikka aega taga rääkinud. Äkki ta räägib, you wanted some help with something.
You said you needed some help with something. What's going on?
Something's happened. A real mess.
That madman cut off both her breasts and bits of flesh. What did he do with it all afterwards?
What the fuck, Raisk? Maybe he kept everything way. Oh shit, kas see on nagu Jeepers Creepers või?
Oh shit! I'll knock your head off, you fucking liar. You can't pull one over on me. I ain't no dolt.
Okay.
You're mine.
Tavai. Ta ikka nägi, et mul on mingi armor peal või?
I yield.
Do you know how to recognize a good guest?
He has money, they come off the... He spends money.
By the fact he spends a lot of coin?
Aye. I like talking to them kind of guests. A lot.
I see where this is going.
Be, my good man?
10 tahab või? What if I paid you well? What if I paid you well, Reis? 10 grossed, Reis.
What if I...
Tere, hired hand pint.
Take a bath. You look terrible.
Lockpick easy on ju. Kas siin on ka veel mingi... Mis kuradi koobas see on veel? No, tere tulemast taas kord tagasi siis Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, kus olen kerge söögipausi ära teinud siin ja ma natukene tunnen täna veidrana siin, et äkki olen haigeks jäämas, aga võib-olla mitte, loodetavasti mitte, sest et mul on veel päris palju mängida siin ja kui ma jään haigeks, siis ma lihtsalt loodan, et mu hääl ei lähe ära. Lihtsalt kergelt veidike veider on olla täna siin praegu, aga jaa, kõht on täis, kõik mõnus olla ning me pidime selle Try Devili juurde minema ja just eelmise episoodi lõpetasin siin, kui põgenesime siit, eks ole, ja ma mõtlesin, kas see oli see valge rüüga, see poissõber, vaata, kes ellu jäi on ju, et kas see on Eerik või? Igal juhul Eeriku armorit ma tahan, seda valget rüüd ma tahan endale ja kuidagi me selle saame, aga lähme siis Kubienkaga, eks ole, siin Devil's Den, eks ole, Try Devili juurde. Nii kui ma selle ennem valisin eelmise osa lõpus, siis mul mäng crashis. Oh, nüüd läheb ossa raisk, mis tempoga paneb risk. Okei, no nii. Jaa, võib-olla sellepärast, et tal on vagun, on ju. Läksin selle Kubienka vaguniga. No nii, vaatame, mis siin on. Ja mul tuligi kohe meelde. Try Devilil on mingi Master Strike missioon mulle. Et äkki on mingi siis special löök, mille ma saan ära õppida. No nii. Jõudsin lõpuks kohale siia. Esimene asi kohe. Nii, kus kohas on see Kubienka ikka siin on ju? Oli ta Kubienka või? See on see Try Devil, eks? Ei, oota, Kubienka oli see, kes mida ära tõi. Try Devil on Try Devil. Ei, Try Devili nimi oli midagi, mille ma ära unustan.
We get started.
Right, show me what you've got.
No nii.
I see you've got some armor, so let's get started.
Let's...
Take this practice sword so we don't end up hurting.
Miks sword? Ma ei taha swordi. Kas see Master Strike on ainult swordide? Vot siis on nagu, ma arvan, et on nagu natuke rest.
Master Strike is the ultimate sword fighting technique.
Sword fighting!
But not as easy in practice.
Okay.
It's a sword technique.
Nee.
Regardless of if it's long, short, or you're using it with a shield.
Okay.
You use your counter-attack to block your opponent's attack while striking them at the same time. There's no way to defend against it. I'll show you first, so that you know how it should look.
Okay.
Attack me when you're ready.
Okay. Nee.
Surprise! Now you, Henry. You know how to perform a perfect block.
Of course.
Nee.
Master Strike works in the same way. Only instead of blocking, you attack.
Mis asja?
You have to lead your attack against your opponent's weapon. When they attack from above, you stab them from below. When they try to slash you from the left, attack from the right. And vice versa. Timing and direction are everything.
Okay.
Hit your opponent at the right time and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above.
Okay.
You position yourself with your sword below and strike against my sword.
Okay. Nüüd.
Excellent.
Okay.
Now, from this side. Watch where I'm attacking from. If I hold my sword to the left, put yours to the right. When I'm on the right, get ready on the left. Master Strike only works when you attack from the opposite side. Let's give it a try.
Nüüd.
Now do it again.
Okei. Nüüd.
That's the way.
Oo.
You're catching.
Ma vahepeal ise tegin vist seda, aga ma ei saanud aru, mis see oli.
Once more. And for real this time.
Nee.
I'll be attacking you from all sides.
Okay.
You have to pay attention and lead your counter-attack from the opposite side.
Okei,
I
easy.
understand.
Jep. Nii.
You're getting the hang of it. Again.
Nii.
That's not it. You have to
Oota.
attack
Sa tulid
me
alt ju.
too.
Sa tulid alt. Sa tulid alt. Okei.
That's not it. You have
Oota, kui
to
ta alt
attack
tuleb, siis
me
pean
too.
kõrvalt minema või? Okei.
No. You have to attack at the same time.
Oota nüüd, rahu. Okei, nii. Ma olen valmis. Nii.
That's not it. You have to attack me too. No. You have to attack at the
Okei, see on liiga keeruline.
Snap out of it.
Nii. Sealt ülevalt peaksin lööma siis või? Nii. Ülevalt. Ei, ülevalt ma proovisin, siis sai... Nii. Okei.
Again.
Holy shit, raisk.
Right.
Ikka on, jaa. Et kui ta alt tuleb, siis ma löön... Ei, ta tuli ülevalt, siis ma ei tea.
The easiest
Midagi
way
läks
to
pekki
perform a
vahepeal.
perfect block is when your sword is in the same direction as your opponent's. When they
Okay.
attack from the left, you defend on the left. With a master strike, it's the other way around. You lead your strike from the opposite side than your opponent. If your opponent knows how to perform a master strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side. Now for the most important part. You can use a master strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocked your sword to the left and attacks with a riposte to the right. Until now, your only means of defense would be a perfect block. Now you can surprise them with a master strike that they won't be able to block even if they wanted to. Understand?
No. That's too much information.
That's too much information at once.
All right. I'll try to summarize the most important parts. Try getting your opponent into a position in which you can use the master strike.
Okay.
Do your best to avoid being put in such a position yourself.
Okay.
Watch the position of your sword and use it to decide which technique to use. Better?
We'll see.
We'll see.
It's up to you now to learn how to use the master strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks.
See oligi kõik või? Nii, the master strike is an attack from the opposite direction to your opponent's attack within the time window for a perfect block. If the enemy is attacking from the left, the moment you can perform perfect block, attack from the right, eks ole? Yep. When your opponent attacks from the right, you counteract from the left. If he goes for a stab, what sellega oli mul probleeme. You counter with an attack from above. And against an enemy attack from above for stab. Ma minu arust tegin seda, aga ta ei lubanud mul, ma ei tea, midagi läks pekki seal. The master strike cannot be blocked or otherwise defended against. The master strike can only be performed with a sword or in combination with a shield. Et ma peaksin kilbi siis peale panema. Ja siis saab haamriga ka vist teha või? Ei, ikkagi ainult mõõgaga. By attacking into the zone where your opponent's sword is, you increase his chances of executing a perfect block. By attacking into the zone where your opponent's sword is. Okay. Attacking from the opposite zone risks a master strike from him. When enemy attacks from the left Okay. See oli enam-vähem normaalne info vist. Combat Training 2 tehtud. Why did they want to hang you? Teach me a new fighting technique.
I'd like to learn a new combat
Veel
technique.
saab või? Haamrile.
Why not? Since it's you, I'll show it to you twice so you'll understand it.
Nii, long sword, sword. Okei, lähme minema siis. Okei, see mängu pool ikka natukene. Nagu kõik on ainult mõõgale tehtud. Ja mina tahan ainult haamriga mängida. Isa soovitusel. Ja ei saa. Nii, nüüd. Küsimus on. Kas ma võin minna tagasi linna? Sest et ma tahan linnas nendest potion vendade juurest osta mingid potionid ära. Lähme proovime. Vaata, mis saab. Nii. Flee. You got away. Põhimõtteliselt jaa, lähme siis, ma ostan endale hunniku potioneid ära. No nii, ja keegi ei ründa mind. Nice.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. Be with you.
Okei. Jaa, see on põnev, et nad ei ründa mind ega midagi. Aga kus siis potionid on? Kas see apotekari vist või? Otse ees siin kuskil. No nii, apotekari. Just siin peaksid olema need kõik igasugused asjad, mida mul vaja on. Lähme vaatame. Vaatame, mida saab osta. Nii. Võib-olla midagi müüks maha ka, aga praegu vist otseselt mul ei ole. Ja mul on 9 sotti midagi raha. Nii. Hakka vaadata, mis siin on siis? AS-sopid, asjad, värgid, särgid. Siin on veel mingi alkeemia jaoks mingid retseptid. Okei, ja siis alkeemia jaoks veel mingi neid ka asju. Ja siis mingi on composition of alkeemia raamat on ka siin. Aga, mis see on siis? Savior Snapseks. Quick Finger Potion. Increase craftsmanship and thievery. Okei, marigold. Here's 40... seda ma võiks osta, ja ostan mingisuguseid siukseid häid asju, 3 tükki seda. Strong marigold, on samad. Nii, Hero the Dog. Eliminates drunkenness and hangover, seda mul ei ole kunagi. Increases agility by 4 and sprint will cost 20%. Aga mis see agility veel? Kas ta kuskil näitab, mis see agility mulle täpselt annab? Äkki mingi... ma ei saa siit vaadata isegi. Okei, no agility't vist ei ole vaja. Või siis paar tükki võib osta. Nii, strong digestive. Decreases nourishment. Okei, strong chamomile. For 1 day, sleep will heal you 4 times faster. Okei. Strong artemisia. Increases strength by 4 and both attack and defense cost 20. Oh my god, see on ju... See on OP. Aqua Vitalis. You lose 30% less health and slows bleeding. What? You lose 30% less health. 10 mintsa. Jaa, aitäh. Painkiller. Suppresses the effects of injury and your maximum stamina effects of injury and your maximum stamina decreases with health 30% less. Jaa, mitu puffi saab üldse... ma võtsin... Ei, oota. Ma võtsin. Jaa. Ma võtan siis nagu... Oota, palju mul valitud on siin? Ma ei saa mitte midagi aru, mida ma teen praegu. Nii, jaa. 4 tahan osta. Ja siis 1 jääb poodi. Nii, edasi. Night Talk, ma tean, Lethal Water. Drink 1 mouthful and you'll forget all earthly experience. Obliterates all perk points, so they can be used elsewhere. See on nagu mingi, et saan passive tree või nagu see, need passive punktid uuesti paika panna. Või nagu kui ma valisin mingi vale asja seal perkpunktides, siis sa ei saa seda kohe respekida, vaata, et sul on vaja seda. Okei, see on huvitav. Aga siis ta teeb kõik full reseti vist või? Fox, increases speech by 3 and increases your reading speed. Äge. Increases energy by 20. Äge. Increases stamina by 30%. Jep. Increases marksmanship and loss when aiming. Increases horsemanship. Okei, kõik on olemas. Nii. Rohkem midagi siin food asju ei ole. Nii. Ja siis häglime.
Word about the price.
Palju see kokku tuli? Kuradi kallis. 780.
Why? You'll convince me.
Normaalne. No nii. Nüüd mul on siis... Oota, ja mul on ju pouch on ju. Ja mul on 2 tükki siin. Mul on... ma saan mitu tükki panna siia pouchi või? What? Tegelikult või? Et siis mida me paneksime sinna? Ma tahaksin panna siis suppresses the effects of injury. Just. Nii. Paneme siis painkilleri sinna on ju. Paneme siia esimesse on ju. Nii. On need painkillerid seal. Siis you lose 30% less health. Jep. Need paneme järgmisesse, eks ole. Nii. Ja siis on mingi, mis mul veel oli seal, saves the game ees on see, nii, Nighthawk, pole vaja, strong, artemisia, strength on 4, jep, selle paneme, kuhu me saame panna, oota, kas ma võiksin, ma ei näe midagi, nii, strong, artemisia, järgmisesse on ju, nii, ja siis on mingi digestive, embrocation, increase agility, sprint, here's 40 health over 1 minute and instantly cures hangover. Aga vist... ma saan ikkagi sõja keskel ka seda teha, on ju. Strong quick finger. Craftsmanship. Saves the game. Weak aqua. You lose 15% health Less mingi 15 minutit, okei. See on veel igasuguseid, oh my god, kui palju need on. You will see better in the dark on ja weak savior snaps. Oota, aga siin on weak ja strong või? Okei. Mis mul siin veel on palju? Strong, marigold. 40 health over 1 minute and instantly. Kas ma panen selle või? Paneme selle, on ju. Et siis on midagi elude jaoks ka. Nii. Aitäh, on ju. Ja nüüd, kui ma vajutan siin mingit number 5 või midagi, 5 hoian all, siis okei, enne kui mingi lõpu battle või midagi tuleb, mingi boss battle, siis panen kõik potions sisse. Easy, on ju. Ja mul 4 tükki ja ühte on 3 seal. Okei. Oh my god, nice. Nii, ja nüüd võiks seivida, aga vist ei ole vaja või igaks juhuks seivin ära. Ma seivin siia endal ära. Ma pole pikka aega siin seivinud. Magame mingi tunnikese. Kus mu korter on? Siin on ju. I'll have a beer too. Ja tegelikult äkki peaks mingi õlut ka jooma. Katriin on siin, ma pole pikka aega taga rääkinud. Äkki ta räägib, you wanted some help with something.
You said you needed some help with something. What's going on?
Something's happened. A real mess. And I need help from someone reliable.
What is it?
When I was fishing around for information about Liechtenstein, I cast the net a bit too wide.
Okay.
And one of the servant girls I questioned was just found dead.
You think she was killed because of you?
I don't know. If I did, I wouldn't be asking you for help.
Okay. I'll help you. I'll help, but not for nothing. I prefer not to get involved, raisk. Mis kuradi Henry see veel on? Okay.
I'll help you. Tell me all about it. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She was an ordinary, pretty girl.
Alice? Who the fuck is Alice?
I heard they found her all hacked up. Tossed somewhere by the town wall. Folk in town are saying it was absolute slaughter.
Okay.
They took the body to the morgue by the St. Peter and St. Paul cemetery.
I'll go take a look at her.
Okay.
See if I can find anything.
I think that would be for the best. Though, I don't think it'll be a very pretty sight. You can ask the gravedigger for details. He'll know the most.
Okay. When did you last see her? What was she looking into? What about your other girls? Do you think she overheard something of deadly importance?
Do you think there could be something bigger behind the murder?
I don't know. Maybe she just got caught up in something.
Okay.
But it's strange. Why would someone do her like that? That's the kind of thing you do when you want to send someone a message.
Nagu Jack the Ripper või? When did you last see her?
What was Alice trying to find out for you?
She always brought me the freshest gossip overheard from her master. And lately, what the other maids in town were saying.
And did you learn anything important from her? Something someone would kill her for?
That's the thing. All she brought me was gossip. Who was cheating on who wasn't going to confession, those sorts of things. So you'll have to figure out the rest for yourself.
Okay, when did you last see her? What about the other girls?
What about your other girls? Are they alright?
Yes, fortunately. I'm careful enough to keep them pretty much in the dark about my plans. That's why Alice's death shocked me so much.
Okay, what are you going to do next?
What are you going to do next?
I'd like to ask the others if they noticed anything suspicious. If someone is following them and the like, but...
But you don't want to scare them.
I'm scared myself. For them. Maybe nobody knows about them yet. If someone was to follow me, I could give them away. And I can't risk that. I don't want anyone else to die because of me.
What if I go and see them?
They don't know you, Henry. You'd only scare them. I'll figure something out. In the meantime, find out everything you can about Alice.
Okay, when did you last see her? Why did you ask me?
When did you last see the girl?
Around a week ago.
And did you notice anything suspicious about her?
Not at all. She was always cheerful, lively. She was looking forward to a dance. Though I'm afraid she won't be dancing ever again.
Afraid? Ta on ju surnud.
Why did you ask me in particular for help?
Because you're the only one I know here.
Aha.
But don't take it the wrong way. I'm actually glad it's you. You're pretty reliable.
What's
Not
pretty?
even Zishka
I am
would be of
reliable.
much help to me here.
Uh-huh.
I am the reliable.
I know everything I need.
Good. Go to that graveyard. Talk to the gravedigger.
Okay.
Take a look at that poor girl's body.
No,
In the meantime, I'll try to find out more. Then we'll put it all together.
Nädal aega kõdunud
Damned
seal.
if we can't come up with something.
Okei. No nii, me saime game save'i. Oh, ma ei peagi üles minema. Game save'is siin ära. Examine the body. Talk to the gravedigger about the body. No nii, no ma tahtsingi game save'i. Ma ei pidanud kaugemale minema. Kas see grave on siin või? Kus see hukkamiskoht on või? Ai, siin või? Okei, lähme vaatame. Teeme. Meil kiiret ei ole otseselt. Mäng on kõigest veel mingi 20 tundi pikk. See mäng ei saagi kunagi läbi mu jaoks. Nii. Kuskil siin mingi... ma juba kuulen. Kuskil siin on mingi see hauakaeva. See on kuskil siin või? Tere. Nii. Oh, siin mingi keegi. See või? Jep.
Sakra, lad, you look awful.
Thanks.
You must be the local gravedigger.
That's right. They call me František. At least them that can speak do.
I'm Henry.
I'm Henry.
Greetings, Henry. What do you need?
I hear there was a murder here recently. Some young girl?
True. She's lying in the morgue. But who the hell are you? Another Gawker?
Another? Why would anybody come to look at her?
People ain't got no respect. As soon as news spread about what was done to her, folk are always turning up to have a gawk. So if you ain't one of them gawkers, you must be one of them other types. Well, no, you can't shave her. No thumb for a souvenir.
I don't want to take anything. I need to find something out.
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
What's why, right? I've been sent here by the Lord of Sleipor. I want justice. Okei, rõõmu nägu on ju. Meil hea standing seal taga. I'm worried about my friend.
I'm worried something might happen to my friend.
That's true.
No nii.
She wasn't the first, and we can only pray that she'll be the last. It's true that Lumir ain't shown no interest in her yet. I wouldn't expect that from him no more.
Who's this Lumir? Another one of those gawkers and collectors?
No. He actually tried to help.
Help? How?
Well, he was investigating them others.
Right. You said
Others?
she wasn't the first.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases. Lumir said they was all killed by the same murderer.
And who is this Lumir?
He
Okay.
used to work for the local bailiff. I think he knew the first one what was killed, but that was a long time ago.
Okay. How many have been killed? Kuulge, see ongi äkki mingi Jack the Ripper, noh.
Do you remember how many girls were killed?
Jack the Ripper isa.
You don't know nothing about it?
Vana
Here, even the
isa.
sparrows are squawking about it.
I haven't been in Kuttenberg very long.
I see. There's been one every few weeks for the past year.
Oh, what the shit. And this... Where was the last one
Do you
killed?
know where the last one got killed?
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here. But what do you want to do there?
Look for clues. Footprints, blood, anything.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the hole in the wall, a
Okay.
dodgy tavern in the
What's the
Hopkins
silver
neighborhood.
Thanks. What's this Lumir got to do with this?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the bailiff. I think he was a scribe.
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle. Though I've never heard of one doing his own investigations.
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested in the common folk. But Lumir, he was quite helpful. Folk heard about it and went to him with whatever was troubling them.
I'd like to speak with Lumir. Do you know where I can find him?
At his home in Bohemia Street, that's near the church. You won't find him at the bailiff's no more. I don't know exactly why, though. Seems he had some quarrel with the bailiff.
Oh my... Okay, nii. You helped me a
Thanks.
lot.
You've been a big help.
It's my pleasure, especially helping someone from the land of the living again. Actually, wait a mo. Speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves over that dead maid.
Okay.
I think her name is Barbara.
And do you know where I could find her?
She said she serves in one of the burgers' houses. So either there or in the morgue with that poor dead
my
girl.
god, kui
Thanks
palju
again, Master Gravedigger.
juhtlõngu.
Take care.
Kuhu ennem?
Consider taking...
Talk to Alice's friend või? Me saime mingi 3 vähemalt mingi, et mine augu juurde, mine ma ei tea kuhu veel mingi. Go to the crime scene. Seal on mingi auk või? Okei, kas on veel midagi või? Nii, kas... ei, see on mingi poist... mis siin on? Nii, talk to Alice's... Okei, lähme siia või? Siin kõrval kohe. What? Examine the body või?
So, let's see what we have here.
Väike gangreen juba sees.
My God. Someone really did a number on her. Oh, they ripped open her entire belly. And they didn't stop there. There must have been buckets of blood.
What the fuck? There's no blood left in her. I'd better get...
Jesus Christ. There's hardly any blood left in her. The place they found her must look like a slaughterhouse. I should go there and take a look.
Examine her mouth või? Okay.
Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. Tongue still in place. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out her tongue or something, wouldn't he?
Rohkem mingi lööke näkku või midagi või? Examine the wounds on the body.
These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller, and an axe would have made a bigger mess. But it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. It was something shorter and nimbler.
Tavaline mingi mõõk.
That madman cut off both her breasts and bits of flesh. But what did he do with it all afterwards?
What the fuck, raisk? Maybe he kept everything way. Oh shit, kas see on nagu Jeepers Creepers või? Better not think about it.
Did he really keep all the pieces? Nobody could be that sick, could they?
Hea filmisoovitus, vaadake filmi Jeepers Creepers. Nii. Examine her
Her
head.
face is a little bruised and cut, but nobody cut her there. But she has a dark ring around her neck. Was she strangled? The murderer must have had pretty strong hands.
No
Her
nüüd
hair
kuradi
is
hea
matted
detektiiv
with
siin.
blood and hacked off. Don't even know what color it was.
Okay. Maybe the murderer collects trophies või?
Maybe there's something more to it. What if the murderer kept her hair like some kind of sick trophy?
Kui äkki mingi Henry on mingi Sherlock Holmesi mingi esi-isa või vanaisa või mis iganes. Või no, jah. Vanaisa. Examine her limbs.
Just some scratches and bruises, that's all.
Okay, the murderer must have surprised her. Wasn't armed või? Ei, surprised her.
The
Kas
killer
tal on
probably
mingi...
surprised her. She didn't even have time to defend herself. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands, because he strangled her and left a dark ring around her neck. Then he took a short sword or saber and started hacking at her. She's missing parts of her torso, but they aren't by the body. He also cut off most of her hair.
Okay. I don't think he killed her because of Catherine. Yep.
He cut off her breast and left her tongue, and left her lying there for all to see. To send a message, maybe? Or a warning?
Ma arvan lihtsalt
Maybe
mingi
if it was a warning for telltales,
räige
he would have cut
sarimõrvar.
out her tongue or something, wouldn't he? I don't know why he killed her, but I don't think it's because of Catherine.
Jep. No nii. Meid Barbara. Oh, sellega. I was told you know.
Are you Barbara?
Ega sa ei vaadanud siia lina alla. Ei soovita.
She was almost like a sister to me. We served together for years in the same house. Why'd you ask? Who are you?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid the killer might want to go after my friend as well.
Oh, I understand.
Nii. You said you served together. Did she have any suitors? What happened?
Who did you serve?
Our master is a local merchant. He is trying his hand at trading wine.
Okay. How did she go along with the master?
How did Alice get along with your master?
Fine. Just like with everyone. Our master is a bit strict, but he's fair.
What's his name? Can I speak to him?
Why? But you can't see him anyway. He's on a trade trip to Prague.
It occurred to me that maybe he could have done it.
He couldn't. He was gone when it happened.
Okay.
He hadn't been home in several weeks.
Äkki ta luuras.
Besides, why would he kill them others too? He never even knew them.
I heard about that. And also about Lumir.
Well, if you're interested, go and see him. Maybe you'll catch him sober enough to talk sense.
Okay. Did she have any suitors?
Do you know of any suitors she might have had?
Mis see tähendab?
I know she was seeing someone. Why?
Mingi
I'd
poiss
like to talk to him as well.
I don't know who it was. Alice said he was rich and dressed nicely, but she promised him she'd never tell anyone his name.
Okay.
And you never saw him?
No, never. I don't even know where she met with him.
Do you know what exactly happened to Alice?
No. Nobody saw or heard nothing. One day she just didn't come home. And then I found her. Like this.
It's awful what they did to her.
She was such a pretty girl. And that beautiful brown hair of hers. And it didn't even leave that untouched. Who could have cut off her hair like that? And why? None of it makes sense.
So,
Psühhopaadid ei makeigi sensi. Okei, me saime väga head infot siit veel. Nii, reputation gained. Nii, go and see Lumir või go and see the crime scene. Kumba ennem? Go and see the optional. Lähme siia crime scene juurde ennem. Ma arvan, see on mingi tähtsusega. See ei ole niisama pandud mulle sinna. Lähme otse siia kutte. You can't from this. Okei, äge. Ma arvan, et sealt saame mingit infot, et siis esitada sellele kuklile, Lumirile. Et kuule, et see ei klapi või midagi. No mida ma sealt leida võiksin? Mida ma sealt nii tähtsalt võiksin leida nagu crime scene'ist? Okei, vabune. Kus sa oled, Ratsu? Nöö, kus sa oled? Siin. Nöö on siin. Kuskilt siit või? Et siit pead on... Easy, täpselt. Oh my god, see on nii nõme, et siin... See on sama teema nagu Diablo 4 oli, et miks ei saa nagu linnast mingi hobusega sõita. Nagu kiiresti. Ja siis lõpuks mingi andsid alla mingi, okei, nüüd saate linnas ka mingi kiiresti ratsutada. Nii. Siin oli mingi missioon tegelikult veel, mingi job, mingi töö ots. See ongi auk. Kas see oli see auk, mida ma nägin? Ei, see on mitmes kohas on minust müürides augud. Okei. Need on välja või maha, tähendab. Tuleme hobusest välja. Oh,
I'm
shit.
not interested.
But this is about money.
What? Go on then.
He wants to fleece us again.
Damn, that's just what we need.
Okei. Mis ma räigelt verrid?
A lot of blood and some footprints.
Mingi nädal aega.
I'm not sure how much more I'll be able to find.
Okay, look around the area, examine the footprints, look for evidence of weapons. Puddle of Bloodist meil ei midagi. Footprints, ma ei tea, neil kõikidel on mingi ühed ja samad saapad minu arust siin. Me ei ole veel seal ajastus, kus mingi Nike'd ja Adidased, et saaks mingi mustri järgi ära nagu öelda, kes kõndis. Look around there.
I'm not sure I'll be able to find any remains. I wonder what happened to them.
Ja, ma tean, mis nendega juhtus. Need on kuskil kapis, nagu seal Jeffrey Dahmeril, kui see mingi isa tahtis tal mingi laegast vaadata, aga laekal oli võti ees. Ja siis ütles, et okei, ei vaata ja siis hiljem Taamer ütles, et selle kasti sees oli ühe mehe pea. Okei, nii.
It's hard to make out, but I think I see some slashing from a blade.
Okei. Kes ei ole vaadanud, vaadake Netflixi seriaali Taamer. Oli seal mingi 2 hooaega või? Examine the battle of blood.
Christ, that's a lot of blood. But after seeing what they did to the girl, I'm not surprised.
Okay, examine the footprints.
I can't make anything out of this. The whole town's been walking around here.
Okay.
There could have been 1 killer or a dozen.
Okay.
I'm surprised I haven't completely trampled out the blood.
Draw conclusions.
So, there's still a lot of blood left, but I expected even more. I found some faint blade marks. Either the others were trampled out, or someone skilled was wielding it. It didn't look to me like any remains were left lying around. I've no idea what he did with them. Did he keep them or throw them away?
See oli ülimõttetu. See oli ülimõttetu. Aga põhiasi on, et me tulime siia ja me tegime seda. Nii, lähme sinna. Ja lähme siis nüüd juttu rääkima. Nii. Kuskil siin või? Lumir! See kukkel või?
Lumir?
Oh.
Tuttav nägu. Või siis on jälle see, et raha sai otsa.
Not so loud.
Copy paste näod igal pool.
I said not so loud. I have a splitting headache.
That's some hangover. He's useless to me like this. Unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off. I'll have to get him some kind of cure or potion.
Mul on potionid. Hand over the potion. Hand over the alcohol.
This should sober him up.
Mul ei ole potionid, kuigi mul on, aga ma ei tea.
No, not that.
Hand over the alcohol.
Nothing like a little hair of the dog that bit you.
Oh, mead. Mead on alkohol on ju. Nee. Confirm delivery.
More booze. Christ. I'm gonna puke.
Drink up.
Oh, yeah.
It'll make you feel better.
Oksenda välja või?
Better already.
No, nii.
Wait, what? Who? What are you doing here? Who are you?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from me?
I'm trying to find out who killed a certain girl. And I was sent to you.
To me? What for?
Are you Lumir from the rat house? The scribe?
I used to be. Now I'm
See ilmselt tappi ei ole
Lumir
vist.
the madman.
They say that about you? You don't seem crazy to me. They say
that about you? Why?
Miks?
Because I was just on some wild goose chase. And what came of it?
Ta üritas äkki ise tabada seda või?
Absolutely nothing.
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You can't help that girl anymore anyway. You'll just end up hurting yourself.
Come now, Lumir.
Poor girls. Nobody was all that interested in it, except for me. We let it be in the end. We let a monster walk among us. No way. You can't solve this yourself.
And we have to prevent more. I need to know the truth. We have to prevent... Hey, I need to... The dead deserve justice.
I need to know the truth. To find the one responsible.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, lad. But it's no use. I searched high and low. And what did I get out of it? Just mockery. What makes you think you can find out more than I did?
Nii, hea tuju on meil. Okay, nothing is going to stop me. Mul on päris palju punkte seal. I can get the truth out of you. I can use... Nothing is going to stop me.
Because I'm
Ma on
stubborn.
tank.
And I don't have any other
Kõndiv
choice.
tank.
I'll get to the truth no matter what.
You think that will suffice?
Yes.
If not, I'd have been dead long ago.
No nii.
Bled out from a human arrow.
All right. Talk to me. Who was this dead girl?
Her name was Alice. She worked as a maid.
A maid? That fits. Yaka was a maid too. As were most of the other victims.
Äkki nad
What
käivad...
did she look like?
Äkki ta käib kuskil
What did he
mingi
do to her?
I think he
innides
strangled her
joomas ja
first,
siis vaatab
and
tüdrukuid ja
then went
siis
at her with a longer blade and disemboweled her.
mingil
Did you
hetkel
notice
ründab
the
neid.
strangulation right away? It took me a while. maybe you really will track him down.
Do you think it's the same murderer?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first strangled and then mutilated. If it's not all the same person, they must be collaborating somehow.
This is the 6th one. How long has he been killing?
Probably about a year now. Sometimes it takes him months, sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing girls, Stanya and Zdena.
okei. Ma arvan, et sellepärast, et need olid ka mingi mutilated, on ju.
Did the dead girls have anything in common?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no proper family or background, no, I couldn't find much.
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor and nobody will miss them?
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord, no stone would be left unturned.
But why does he even kill in the first place?
I don't know. Maybe he hates women.
Kruvid, näe, kruvid lahti.
Damn it. I feel like I'm going in circles and can't get out.
Kruvi polegi. Details of the victims. Why did you start looking in? Did you have any suspects? I'll be going. What can you tell me about Jarka, Stanya, Zdena? Jesus, mis asi, mis
What can you tell me about Yarka?
She wasn't the first. But thanks to her, people started taking an interest.
Okay.
She was a maid in a German family. By all accounts, she was a pious, polite girl. She was orphaned as a child. The priest from the church of St. Peter and Paul, Father Prokop, raised her. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck downwards. An awful sight to behold.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did it. The murderer is usually someone close, you know. But then I changed my mind.
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the 2 girls before her who ended up almost the same. Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed he wasn't the least bit interested in Yarka. Then his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot who stayed out till all hours of the night. That really surprised me, because Father Prokop had vouched for her good reputation. But who knows? Maybe he just didn't want to admit what had become of her.
What about Stanya?
What about Stanya?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute called the Hole in the Wall.
You said her body was never found.
Ma olin seal.
Maybe she just got out of town.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Only there was a lot of blood. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole is a world of its own, and the people there aren't very forthcoming with information.
Did you suspect anybody?
You could suspect every second man there. Those people have nothing but thievery and deceit in their eyes. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him. But he isn't all that chatty either.
So if I want to learn anything more, I have to ask this mole in the hole.
Yeah, he still runs the place.
Okay.
And what about that Zdena? You said her body was never found.
Exactly. But to tell the truth, nobody spent much time looking for it. Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went missing, but I suppose nobody wanted to do any more digging.
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girls. Maybe the prettiest of them all. Young, beautiful. A real live one. Lively as the devil. She was a thief. A pickpocket. I never could pin it on her, though. She always found some way to get out of it.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people and had to get out of town.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Stanya. Quite a number. He's always sitting in the hole, boozing. When I asked him about Zdena, he told me he'd rather rip his own tongue out than talk.
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming with me?
He might be. You're not known all over town like a catchpole. It's worth a try. Besides, it might still be fresh in his memory. That would be a great help.
And what about the others?
And what about the other 2 victims?
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one worked as a bathhouse maid. They called her Chestnut. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody really knew her. So I couldn't find out anything more. But the other one, Libushka, she was from Loretz.
Libushka.
She was a maidservant, too.
Libu.
I also talked to her mother. She said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of suitors circling around her, but she refused them all. She knew she was pretty and knew she could do better than some farmhand.
You mean she wanted someone higher up?
That's what it sounded like. But her mother never found out who she had her eye on.
Interesting. I'll try to see what else I can find out from the mother. Where can I find her?
In the graveyard, lad. The poor woman died of grief. It's sad to say, but we can't help those 2 dead girls now. And they can't help us with our investigation either. There's nobody else left who could tell us anything about them.
Okay. Did you have any suspects? Can you sum it up for me? Did you have any suspects?
Did you have any suspects back then?
You can always find some suspect. I always dragged the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force. And they threw up at the sight. Or fainted.
Couldn't it have just been an act?
Fainting? Vomiting? That's hard to act. I'd swear none of them did it.
No, minestamist on kerge. Why did you start to look into it?
Why were you looking into it? Who were those dead girls to you?
I don't know what people told you about me, but for many long years I was a scribe for Kuttenberg's bailiff. Kuttenberg is a big city with a lot of people. Silver, silver, silver. Mining it, smelting it, stealing it. There's always something going on. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades, from one rich man to another, settling their quarrels. Often trivial nonsense.
But there are more than just rich burghers and lords in the city.
Exactly. There are common folk too. There's a lot more of them, and their troubles are usually more serious. So when one of them came to the bailiff's one time, and the bailiff was running around somewhere, I started to deal with it myself. I was pretty good at it too.
Behind the bailiff's back?
Not really. Andreas supported my activities until recently.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
Okay, good to know. Panen selle.
Can you sum it all up for me?
We have 6 victims here.
Yeah.
And I believe they were all murdered by the same killer.
Nee.
Unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4, the most recent ones. By now, we won't learn anything about the first 2. Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter and Paul. He should know the most about her. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found, but we assume they also became victims of the same murderer. They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. Stanya was an alehouse maid, and Zdena a pickpocket. And the last victim is Alice now, also a maid. What they all have in common is that they were young, beautiful, and brunette.
Katriin on ohus.
Good. I know everything I need to know.
When you learn something more, stop by and see me. You've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad. I hope you won't disappoint me.
No nii. Ta just kirjeldas Katriini põhimõtteliselt. Try to find out what happened to Stanya. Okei, no nii, vaatame. Issand. Mis kuradi side mission see veel nüüd on? Ma pean selle ära tegema. Ma pean ära tegema selle. Lähme siia ennem siis äkki. See on kõige ligemal see. Sest et Katriini elu on ohus. Ei, discover something about... Okei, siin on mingi tälike. See on mingi housemaid. Siin sees äkki midagi või? Open. Nii, äkki see või? Father, Prokop. Tere.
My God, why are you all covered in blood?
I'd like to improve about the killings in the city.
Father, I need to ask you a few questions.
I don't have time for theological discussions, my son.
That's not why I'm here. My name's Henry, and I wanted to ask about the murder that happened recently. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant and left her body lying by the city walls. And I hear it's not the first time this has happened.
Another one murdered. May the Lord grant her eternal rest. Why is it you ask?
We have to... I fear for my sister, she's also a maid.
I fear for my sister. She's also a maid.
Yes. Fear for those close to you is commendable. What would you like to hear?
One of the other victims was a girl named Yarka. But I reckon you know that, don't you?
Nee, what can you tell about her? Where did you know her from? Who do you think killed her? Why don't you like Lumir? Oh my god. Põhiliselt kõik pean vist läbi tegema.
What can you tell me about her?
About Yarka. She was an ordinary girl. She served the von Graal family.
Okay. Hello.
Who do you think killed her?
William, that pig of Satan. He gambles in the tavern on All Saints' Day and leads the locals astray. Yarka always went there to listen to music.
Why William? Do you have any evidence? No other suspects come.
Why do you think it was William? Do you have any evidence?
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser, a tool of Satan. He messes with poor girls' heads.
Okay.
And does anyone else come to mind? No other man spoke with her?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, where did you do no?
Why don't you respect Lumir?
That's my business. You needn't concern yourself about that. I won't tell you anything.
Okay. Come on now. Help a Christian in need, raisk. Ja, meil on head suhted.
Come now, father. I'm not just asking out of curiosity. This is about all the dead girls. Isn't it written in scripture? Speak up for those who have no voice.
A layman quotes the Bible to me. Fine. Lumir accused me of her murder.
What?
Oh,
yes.
shit.
He slandered me in public.
Oh.
How... What happened then?
It turned out he was deranged. How could he even think such a thing? He's finished in Kuttenberg.
Okay.
Where did you know Yarka from?
I knew her since she was a little girl. Knew her family.
And?
I was her uncle. When my brother and his wife died, I took care of her.
Okay.
You raised her? A priest with a child?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy to have a child on the side. But at least everyone knew Yarka wasn't my own daughter.
Okay. Did you have her at the... What does a priest know about children? Küsime või? Meil on head suhted.
What does a priest know about children?
Yes. And what does a yokel know about decency? A true mystery.
Fuck.
How does that even work? Did you have her with you at the presbytery?
When she was small, I could. But when she grew up, she had to go. It wouldn't look right.
Okay.
I've heard enough, father.
Hey.
I'll be going.
Son, I'll give you some good advice. Don't listen to Lumir. That man has gone completely mad.
Kas mul läks rullikuga vale asja peale või? Tolk. Oota, sul oli veel rääkida midagi. Seisa. Seis. Seis, father. Seis, ära mine private kohta. Nii. Okei, see oli kõik. Okei. Selge. Me saime natukene infot siis. Holy Moses, mis kuradi side quest, no. Ja okei, lähme siis siia. Oota. Natukene valesti läksid. Siin on. Natukene valesti läksin. Lähme siit või? Vaatame siit. Keegi siin siis. Näete see kukkel. Strand. I'm looking for someone named Strand.
Are you Sternad?
The
one that went with Zdena?
Sternad.
Who the fuck are you?
Just an ordinary bloke who has some questions.
Well then, piss off. You won't get any answers here. All you're gonna get here is a kick in the teeth.
Me võime kakelda. I'd like to see the fight. I think we can come to an agreement. jaa, sest et sul on rõõmus nägu.
Why so rash? That kind of attitude will do you no favors. Let's make a deal. You tell me everything you know about Zdena, and I'll make sure you're no worse for wear.
Do you take me for a complete chump, eh?
Yes.
You look like you just crawled out of some dung heap.
I'm here incognito. Like in disguise.
Oh, shit! I'll knock your head off, you fucking liar. You can't pull one over on me. I ain't no dolt.
Okay.
You're mine.
Davai. Ta ikka nägi, et mul on mingi armor peal või?
I yield.
See oli kerge.
Well,
ma mõtlesin, et see on mingi meister.
Fuck yeah, damn it. What the hell do you want from me?
Talk. Where's Zdena?
The last time I saw her,
mida me
a long
hingeldame siin?
time ago, she scored big. Everyone was fucking jealous.
Okay.
She just needed to pawn it off.
Where did she want to sell the loot? What people came to see her?
Did she hang out with any men?
She liked to hang around with that crooner that plays for the miners in that tavern of theirs. Made him sing songs and that. Oh, and once she got in a quarrel with that fucking priest Prokop. That was a laugh.
Mm-hmm. What about that Brad? Did she run off with him? Mis Brad? Või Bard? Bard, yeah. What did she have to do with that priest?
And what about this priest? Why was he quarreling with her?
I don't know. He was blabbering some shit about finding her a job. Only she didn't want it.
Okay. Nee.
Could she have run away with that bard?
I doubt it. He was a bit of a milksop. He tried to be all mysterious and played a tough fella. But you could see he was lying. And Zdena could see right through him, I bet.
Why do you think so?
Because he was getting on my nerves. So I cornered him in a dark alley one time. He ran away so fast, I bet he shit himself.
Okay. Do you remember what she stole? Where did she want?
Do you remember what she managed to steal?
Mainly jewels. Gold and silver. No bloody pewter. She had some fucking huge golden signet ring. A bloke could fuck for a whole month with something like that.
Do you know whose crest was on it?
I don't know. I'm no expert. But it were bloody expensive, that's for sure.
Okay. Kellelt ta sai selle?
Do you know who she took it off?
She always said she found it on the street. That's because if the wrong ears hear it, you can end up in the ship. Or on the gallows even.
And where did she go with her loot? Do you know?
Well, she had some kind of arrangement with this fella called Pint from the mill.
Okay.
The one called Rabstein. She always took the stuff to him.
Okay, see tundub päris hea juhtläng olema. Zdena the Thief's Fate. Kus, mis, kellega? Innkeeper, Mole, yes.
What will it be?
Just. This Stanya work here.
Did a Stanya work here?
Stanya? Maybe. It depends on who's asking.
My name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. The main thing is whether it's a good guest or a bad guest asking.
Ja see
What
sõltub
kind
rahast
of
või?
guest are you, Henry?
Kui palju sa annetada tahad? Good guest.
I'm a good guest.
Really? Let's see. Do you know how to recognize a good guest?
He has money, they come off he spends money.
By the fact he spends a lot of coin?
Aye. I like talking to them kind of guests. A lot.
I see where this is
What'll it
going.
be, my good man?
10 tahab või? What if I paid you well? What if I paid you well, race 10 grošelit, race.
What if I simply paid you and you tell me what I want to know?
Ask away.
I want to know if Stanya worked here.
She did. And she don't know more. What's it to you?
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So I'm trying to find out if anyone had anything to do with it.
It's possible. The chamber she was sleeping in here was totally ransacked. The door open. Everything emptied out. And Stanya was gone. All I found were bloody footprints.
Okay.
How did Stanya's room look?
The door was wide open. Most of her things were gone, but some remained. And there was blood all over the place.
Oh,
blood?
Nagu ühes filmis.
Was there a lot?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprints. But they were near everywhere.
Holy
if
shit.
someone done her in, they definitely didn't do it in that chamber.
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer. Or is it time to pay? If you want to ask, you have to drink. Didn't you get that?
You're quite the extortionist.
I prefer to be called an enterprising man of trade. So, what'll it be?
Mida see kuradi... Oo, nüüd tahab korralikult raha. I don't want to pay... Okay.
I'm getting tired of this. I'll give you the money up front, and that's all you'll get. Whether I'm a good guest or bad. Got it? Now you're gonna spill it. Got it?
All right.
Kas see vend rääkis seal mingi terve tuba oli mingi verd täis ja siis käte järgi, jala jälgi igal pool. See, ma ei mäleta, mis kuradi film oli, ma mäletan, et lapsepõlves ma nägin mingit film, nagu mingi Sherlock Holmesid või keegi tuli mingi suksel 18. sajand või midagi, või 19. sajand. Tuli uksest sisse mingi kuskil ja siis lihtsalt inimkeha tükke niimoodi, nagu lõigutud ruudukujuliselt niimoodi, terved laed, seinad kõik täis, nagu vähemalt mul on meelest nii, võib-olla ma mõtlesin üle asja või ma ei tea. Anyway, see quest meenutab seda kõike nüüd. Did anyone see what happened? What can you tell me about Stanya?
What was Stanya like? What can you tell me about her?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy here unless you nib it in the bud right away. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close they were, but she also had another suitor.
Someone from the city?
No, a charcoal burner. I heard he was from somewhere in the Vrchlitz Valley. Okay. I think his name was Barton.
Okay. Did anyone see what happened? What about that bard? Did anyone else see?
What do you know about that bard?
What about him? He's a minstrel, a skirt chaser. What more can I say? He called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the miners' tavern in the evenings. But sometimes he shows up here, too.
You think he might have been the one who...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out of town for a while and only came back not long ago. It could be him, all right. I know he met with some odd people and talked about God knows what. Like bloody spies. Besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flock to them. And like they say, opportunity makes the thief.
Or in this case, a murderer.
Okay. Did anyone see what happened?
Did anybody see what actually happened when Stanya disappeared?
No, it was at night. Nobody saw or heard anything. The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't meet many people on the street, neither.
Did anyone else know Stanya?
Apart from those men, did anyone else know Stanya? I mean, more intimately.
Well, I got bad news for you. She had 2 close friends, but you won't get much out of either of them.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, even before Stanya disappeared. And she died. And the other one got married and moved away.
Okay.
Where can I find this Barton?
I already told you. In the Vrchlitz Valley.
Could you be a bit more precise?
I don't know that bloke at all. All I know is he's a charcoal burner. Okay. So if I was you, I'd look somewhere around the charcoal kilns.
That's all I need to know.
Okay. Pihamüristus, kuhu see... Siuke side quest. Nii. Kus, mis asja? Oh, siin või? Okei, see on mingi täiesti uus koht. Kas rohkem... See on ainus koht, kuhu minna või? Ei, siin on try to find... Nii. Learn more about Stanya's Thieves Fate. Question... Püha müristus, mis side quest? Question William the Minstrel. Kas me lähme ennem... Lähme käime siit ennem läbi. No nii, kus see Minstrel on? Half Friar...
Greetings to you. Same to you.
Lucas... Bard William.
It's William, right? I need to talk to you.
What is it? Do we know each other? Do I owe you money?
My name's Henry. And no, we don't know each other, and you don't owe me money. But we do have something in common. We have a lot of mutual friends.
What? What do you want of me? I don't have to talk to you.
I can talk to the guards about you. If you ever wanted to play loot again, start fucking talking.
Well, you don't have to, that's true. But you should. It's in your own best interest.
What are you talking about?
If you don't start giving me some answers right now, I reckon you'll end up begging in the streets. Because I'll break all your fingers, and you'll never play the lute again, you miserable minstrel.
What? No! Come on, I didn't do anything!
Stop whining and
Rip
talk,
lost.
or I'll be the one doing something to you.
Come on. All right then. Ask away.
Did you know Alice the maid? Did you meet Father Prokop foster daughter Jarka? I hear you know Stanya the alehouse maid. You definitely knew Zdena the big pocket.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alice's. You have to be more specific.
The
one
maid.
they found dead somewhere below the town walls.
Oh, her. I didn't know her, but I heard about it.
Okay. I heard she used to go to dances.
I heard she used to go to dances.
Yeah, and? I'm not the only musician in the city. I really didn't know her.
Okay.
They say she had a rich young suitor. Do you know anything about that?
Me? Do I look rich to you? I get paid in food.
But you could at least pass yourself off as wealthy.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary, but I doubt anyone would believe me.
Nee, okay. You definitely knew Zdena the big pocket.
Do you remember Zdena? You knew her, didn't you?
Do I know Zdena? As wild as the wind and always full of life. And those nimble fingers. You always had to check your purse around her.
Did she steal something from you?
A traveling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some better prey.
You don't happen to know who she wanted to rob?
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her ply her charms for a while. Like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was gonna rob him blind. As far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed a noble like von Groller, word would get around.
Okay.
And did you ever meet Yarka? It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you a lot. And Father Prokop didn't like it.
Oh, that one. Aye, she was very keen on my company for a while, but then she stopped coming.
Because somebody killed her?
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that. Honest.
Okay.
And can you tell me anything else about it?
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago. You said so yourself.
Nee, viimane küsimus.
And I hear you knew Stanya.
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole. I heard you had something with her too.
Well, she batted her eyes at me a couple of times when I was still playing there. A nice girl, but I didn't know her much.
Okay. The innkeeper said something.
Well, the innkeeper mole told me a different story. He said you were the one coming on to her.
Fine, we had a bit of fun together. But she was always the one who started it.
And aren't you just saying that because she left you?
Oh, come on! I could have any woman, if I wanted. The innkeeper must have got it mixed up. He's an old drunkard after all. If I was you, I wouldn't take him too seriously. Look, why are you asking me about all this? You don't seriously think I killed her, do you?
Well, you did know them all.
And? I'm surely not the only one.
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser, and they were all pretty girls. And now, they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
Confess või?
Confess, or this won't end well for you.
What do you mean, won't end well?
If you come clean and get lucky, they'll hang you. If not, you'll get the rack. So,
mis seal vahet on?
Did you do it?
No, I didn't!
Okay, I believe you äkki või?
Good.
Mul rohkem tõendid vaja.
I believe you. But if any clue leads me back here to you, I won't give you a second chance.
You won't hear about me again, I swear to God.
Okei. Mul ei olnud piisavalt tõendeid hakata teda mingi praegu siin niimoodi. Ja pluss mul oli mingi nii kaugele ei viida nii sama. Learn more about Zdena, the thief's fate. Ja try to find what happened to Stanya. Okei, lähme siia uude kohta esimesena. Holy Moses, mis kuradi episood, noh. Ma ei tea, kas ma üldse mingi main missionid hakkan mingi tänases episoodis siin tegema. Sest ma mingi üle tunni juba mängin. Ma olen üle tunni mängin. Nii. Ja lähme siis kapleme. Natuke ratsutame siis. Ja kas ma pean kuskil, kas ma saan siit alt välja või? Ei saa, ma pean siit ülevalt välja minema, eks. Holy moly.
Easy.
Mis asja juurde ma sattusin? Lihtsalt sellepärast, et ma tahtsin seivima minna korraks. Tahtsin korra seivida, kui ma poleks seivima tulnud, siis oleks äkki Katriin surma saanud üldse või? Äkki see, mida ma praegu teen siin, päästab Katriini elu või? Võib nii olla või? No ei, okei, lähme vaatame. Mis seal ikka? Saamegi natukene mingi uusi kohtasid ka siin näha. Kuhu võib-olla ei oleks üldse sattunudki äkki või. Ja siin on ju ka tegelikult... Kas siin võib ka aigas neid side missioneid asju olla või? Ma ei tea, nagu... See mäng on liiga rets. Ja mingi kuradi DLC veel tuleb välja või? Nii, me peame siit ära pöörama ja siis siit alla minema. Okei, lähme siit, lähme tee pealt ilusti. Nagu normaalsed, tsiviliseeritud inimesed. Wow. Siin on mingi asi. Igal pool saab sisse. Nagu, kas seal on mingi võimalik mingi leida mingi relvasi asju või? Okei. Follow the path. Nöö. Oota, mul oli ju mingi perk, et mingi... Kui 2 korda shifti valutin, siis ta läheb mingi eriti kiiresti. Wow. Mingi korralik kaevandus siin. Nii. Mingid bandiidid jälle siin. Oot sees on keegi. Just a little more. Okei. Mingid. Laseme kaarikutel mööda minna. Mingi jutuajamine. Ja siin ka, sa võid ju jääda kuulama seda jutuajamist close the tutorial. Spurring the horse over the limit will decrease his morale. Might even throw you off. Okei. Okei, mul ei ole vaja seda infot. Jõudsingi. Ja, see oli mingi tööline ju siin või midagi. Jälle need kaevajad või midagi. Okei. Kus see vend on siis? Pean otsima üles siit või?
One eternity later.
Müristus, ma jõudsin tagasi siia. Mäng crashis välja. Ta pani mind tagasi seal, kus ma selle kuradi preestri juures olin. Pidin kõik need teksti ja asjad värgid, kõik need vennad läbi uuesti käima. Ajuvaba, täiesti ajuvaba. Peaksin tegelikult võib-olla mingi quick save'i siin tegema midagi. Try to find out what happened to Stanya. Okei, ma teengi võib-olla. Ongi hea siin mingi kerge savior schnaps teha siin mingi igaks juhuks. Uuesti peaks seda asja mingi läbi tegema, see oli hirmus. Kurat hea, bugid ja game crashid on päris tihedalt siin mängus, mis on natuke ema. Jackal Burner. Okei. Mis ma siis siin tegema pean? Mingi venna leidma kellegi juttu saab rääkida või?
I need to ask you something.
No nii.
I don't have time for that. Ask the foreman. You'll find him around here somewhere.
Äkki foreman oligi või? Oskab saagida, oskab lõigata. Äkki. Kus see foreman on üldse? See on siis see tööde juht on kuskil siin või? Ta on mingi hütis äkki või? Selles hütis äkki või? Või siin või? Ei, siin ei ole ka kedagi. Holy Moses, mis kuradi side quest või? See vend. Barton, ma pidin rääkima.
I'm looking for someone named Stanya.
You're in a charcoal camp, fella. What would a woman be doing here?
But you know Stanya, don't you?
Aye. You could say that. Why?
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town. And I heard that someone also tried to kill this Stanya.
That's true. She told me something like that. But that was a long time ago.
So you don't know what became of her?
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know, how can I be sure you aren't that killer?
Mis ma siin teeksin? I wouldn't be asking about her. Lumir gave me that task või? See on kuidagi kahtlane. I wouldn't be asking about her.
I wouldn't be foolishly asking around for her then, would I?
Why not? How else would you find her?
I'd sneak into your house to see if she was there, perchance.
You can forget about that, you snoop.
You asked what else I'd do.
It seems to me you've got this all figured out. Just like a real murderer. So it's time for you to go, lad. Get the hell out of here. Scram! Till we meet again.
See on kahtlane. See tekst siin läinud ära. Try to find out what happened to Stanya at the Hill House.
One eternity later.
Mida ma otsin siit siis? Mingid riided. Use.
Women's dresses.
Oot, mis asja?
And they said there are no women here. Was Barton lying to me?
Lihtsalt ma vaatasin mingi imelikult lihtsalt linad maas. Oot. Nüüd lähme Bartoni juurde tagasi. Või ma ei tea, kelle iganes juurde. Kus see Barton on üldse? Kes siin on? Oh, siin.
Except I don't have a bullock, and you won't lend me yours on any other
Barton.
day.
What about those dresses?
You said you didn't have any women here. So what's with the dresses you have drying over there? You keep those for lonely evenings?
You bastard! Who do you think you are? Forget about me ever letting you see Stanya.
So she's here after all.
I'll break your legs if you even lay a hand on her.
Hey, if I'd wanted to hurt her, I wouldn't have gone through you, would I?
Well, that's true. You'd have to be stupid.
And I'm not. I only want to talk to her about what happened.
Fine. And I'll believe you. Sorry, but after all that happened to Stanya, I like to be careful.
Okay.
So Stanya is here?
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid to even go outside. I don't know what to do with her anymore.
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. She's hiding in that cottage, but be nice to her. She's in a bad way. She used to be such a gutsy girl. Till we meet again.
Millises? Ma just käisin siin mingisuguselt läbi. Mingi kõige suurem, vaata mis asja, siin on mingi mitu juhtlõnga. Ai. Try to find out what happened to Stanya. Okei. Siin cottages. Jaa, selle võtit mul ei olnud. Okei. Asjad edenevad. Nii.
Greetings to you.
Stanya.
Who are you? How did you find me? If you came here to finish what you started, I'm not afraid of you. I'll claw your eyes out.
Don't be afraid. Barton told me where to find you.
Barton sent you to me. What do you want from me?
Lumir thought you were dead. I was supposed to find out what happened to you.
Lumir? From the rat house? He sent you?
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg. Lumir thought it might be connected with you, so maybe you could help us find out who did it.
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kuttenberg since... I don't even know when.
Why did you run away?
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye. Without a word. What happened?
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid. I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Yeah.
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows and grabbed me around the neck. And he was terribly strong. I nearly blacked out right away.
And how did you manage to break free?
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I hit him with it. He howled and let me go, and I ran away.
Here? To the charcoal burners?
No, first to my room in the hole. But I was so scared there. I took what I could and ran. Here, to Barton.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pitcher and was all bloody. He's been hiding me here since then.
Okay. What was it like working in the hole? You walked home from the baths at night? Oh.
Do you remember anything important about the attacker? What he looked like? What he was wearing?
I don't know anything. It was at night. He grabbed me from behind, and then I ran and never turned back.
And what about when you hit him? What did he do?
He let me go and cursed.
Aha, and what did he say?
He said Scheisse in German.
Okei. See on hea info. Keep trying to remember.
Seems you're the only one to survive the killer's attack. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it, but try to remember something else about that moment, or when you were running away. Anything can help us, even if it seems insignificant.
I don't know. It's all like in a fog.
You were walking down the street. Did you notice anything before he attacked you?
No, nothing.
You didn't see anything or hear anything?
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking, but when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking about?
Not at all. But there were two voices. Two of them waiting for me there.
Okay. But, try to think about the attack.
It's difficult, I understand. But I need you to think hard one more time. Aside from those voices and the empty street, what else do you remember?
I didn't hear him at all. And then he grabbed me.
And nothing else? Did he grab your hair?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away and squeezed. Just for a moment, but I still had a big bruise round my neck for weeks. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip, like a miner or swordsman.
Okay. What was it like working in the hole?
What was it like working in the hole?
Well, I earned a few groschen, that I did, but I often had to grit my teeth.
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich or poor, everyone wants to grope a girl. People, well, us girls have to watch out. We can't just put up with it, and sometimes we have to be tough, especially in a place like the hole. But you can't overdo it either. That's no good.
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then sometimes they leave a groschen, or even two. You have to keep a balance. To look friendly, but unavailable.
Okay, who bothered you at the hole?
You said that rich or poor, they all like to grope girls. Like who?
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man, but young von Groll used to go there for a while.
Is that so? Did he talk to you?
He smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back, but beyond a few groschen, there was nothing more to it. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him and... oh, it doesn't matter. But that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him with him.
Von Groller had a servant with him?
Aye, a pudgy fella, well-dressed, but had a mean face. He never said a word or smiled, or even said thank you.
Okay.
You walked home from the baths at night?
What's so odd about that?
Well, at night, the baths are...
Ah, right. I went there after closing. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale and took a bath while they drank it.
Ah. So that's why you had the empty pitcher you hit him with?
Right. I went there regularly. Every week.
The same way every time?
Aye, always the same way. The shortest one. I didn't want to stay out too long at night.
And who knew that you went by yourself to the baths?
Well, everyone from the tavern, I reckon. I didn't hide it.
Okay, wasn't it Father Prokop? I heard William liked pretending to be a spy. Holy.
I heard William liked pretending to be a spy. Do you know anything about that?
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. A stupid trick to make himself seem more interesting. Though, I reckon he's more likely to attract an ass-kicking than a woman.
Okay.
Why didn't you go back to the hole?
Just to get murdered there? Are you mad? I'm never going back there. Not until they catch him.
Okay.
How are you now?
I'm still awful scared. I can't fall asleep knowing that, and I can't even really leave the house.
Nii, wasn't it mole või? Aga see mole oli nii mingi, oota, mole oli see kuradi innkeeper ju. See on kahtlane, et innkeeper was the Father Prokop.
Couldn't it have been Father Prokop?
Father Prokop? I don't know him.
No, he's pretty old. He preaches in the Church of St. Peter and St. Paul.
I don't know him. And if he's an old man, how strong could his grip really be?
Was it more?
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then? You yourself said he's a pig.
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bastard. All lewd remarks and groping fingers. The lecher. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him snoring. It couldn't have been him.
I reckon that'll be all.
I'm sorry I'm not able to help you more.
You don't need to apologise.
Thank you. Could I ask you for a favour?
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard, would you please let me know? So I can finally stop being afraid.
I'll stop by if I can.
Well, see you later.
Sorry, aga ma ei tule siia kunagi tagasi. Okei, võib-olla tuleme, siis äkki ma ei tea, äkki näeme teda veel. Okei, püha müristus, kuhu ma minema pean. Oota, ma vist isegi tean seda kohta. Ma mäletan ühest episoodist, kui ma siit sõitsin, siis ma vaatasin seda jõge siin. See nägi nii ilus välja mingi. Kurtsin, et raid racingut ei ole. Oota, lähme siia. Old Lotasse. Quick traveliga. Ai. Oh my god, see on nii kuradi pikk missioon raisk. Parem oleks, kui see mingi eriti ägeda lõpuga on. Ja nüüd on mingi pime siin. Okei, ma võin veitida ka uues, see ei ole probleem. Ja siit siis üles, eks. Ja. Siin on need lehmakesed, mida ma veel vaatasin siin. Väga tuttav koht. Ja siin on see, siin on mingi Garrison või? Ma vaatasin neid varemeid siin varem. Okei, tundub, et seal on mingi rahvas. Mingi hetk võib-olla võib sinna ka minna, aga mitte selles playthroughs. Nii. Ja siin siis oli mingi väike majakene. Ja seal ma mäletan, et mingisugune innkeeper või keegi oli seal ees veel mingi seisis, aga ma ei hakanud aga juttu rääkima. Holy moly. Ja see on nüüd viimane asi vist. Püha müristus. Ma mõtlesin, et ma teen mingi korrali main missionid korralikult täna edasi siin veel, aga ma ei tea, kas ma peale seda veel viitsin mängida. Ma olen suhteliselt esinud täna siin. Aga homme ma kavatsen nagu terve päev mängida. Terve päev nagu. Okei, tuleme maha auguse pealt. Kuskil siin siis teisel korrusel. See vend magab vist. Võin minna siia niimoodi või? Tere. Siin kuskil või? What the fuck? No siin teen. Tere, hired hand pint.
Take a bath. You look terrible.
Seal on mina.
Are you Pint?
Pint.
Why?
I'm looking for Zdena.
I don't know any Zdena.
Sternard said something different.
You're a friend of Sternard's, are you?
Sternard's a bastard. I didn't...
God forbid. That's all I need. A friend like that bastard. But he was the only one who really knew Zdena.
You're right there. Zdena was always cursing him. He was as lazy as a pig, but always wanted his share.
So you knew Zdena? Can you tell me anything about her?
I know Zdena all right, but she ain't been here in some time.
Okay.
Why are you looking for her? What do you want from her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city, they think she's either dead or run off somewhere. And you're the last person to see her.
Aga me teame, et see on sakslane. Et ta, kui see põgenes sealt, siis ta mingi kuulis mingi šaiset, vaata. Nii, what can you tell me about Zdena? I heard she came to sell you something.
I heard she wanted to sell you some valuables. Is that true?
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. Mostly jewelry, rings, one signet ring with a coat of arms and everything. She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she had a basket with her. Otherwise, she couldn't have carried it all.
And what about that signet ring? Do you still have it?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it. Said it'd bring her luck someday.
Okay. What can you tell me about Zdena? Do you know what kind of ring it was? Ja kui see äkki viib sakslasega kokku kuidagi, äkki mingi saksa mingisugune Signet või mingi oli peal seal või midagi või?
Do you know what kind of luck she meant? Did you recognize the signet on the ring?
No, I didn't recognize that signet. But all the while, Zdena was giggling to herself. I reckon she had her eye on another mark.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Zdena?
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and her home as a child. She had to learn to take care of herself.
And what about Sternad? How does he fit into this?
Sternad was her guardian angel, as she used to say. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by sharing with him, she could do what she wanted.
Uh-huh. I'm surprised she stuck with him as long as she did.
That's because she had a hideout somewhere nearby. That's why she'd come to me with her loot, before they taxed her on the spot. And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'll be able to go wherever she wanted, to Prague or Vienna.
Where did she go next from here? You said she had a lot of coin on her.
That she did. She also had a feeling someone was following her. Someone on a horse.
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg. Did she say what he looked like?
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back. Never passed by her and...
And did you see him? Did he come all the way here?
No. But Zdena thought he would show. She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she was still here.
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way, through the woods, so nobody could follow her. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains, the water can rise fast. The road goes on to Kuttenberg.
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon if they saw she was long in returning, they could have waited for her at the ford, no?
Fuck! That's quite possible. I made a point of looking, but I didn't see any riders that day. So I forgot about it.
Okay. Could it have been Oh.
And could it have been Father Prokop following her?
What do I know? If he has a horse and fancy clothes. But why would he do it?
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job, but she wasn't interested.
I don't know. She didn't say nothing about that.
And could it have been William?
And who would that be?
He's this bard she was seeing.
I don't know about that. I don't remember her mentioning nobody by that name.
Well, I'll go and check out that ford. Maybe I'll find something there.
I hope you don't.
Hilisõhtul. ja, maga edasi. Head ööd. Kas ma tõesti mingi lähen pimedas või? Ma ei näe mitte sittagi seal. Okei, tegelikult... No see, mul on see tõrvik ju. Ma ei julge siin kuradi mängus üldse nagu... Oota, kus ma olen üldse? Nii, kuidas ma siit alla saan? Kuidas ma siia üles tulin üldse? Ma tulin siit. Okei. Mis siin toimub nüüd? Siin, learn more about... Kuidas ma sinna poole saan üldse? Või ma pean siit minema niimoodi, eks? Ja üle... Okei, lähme vaatame siis. Nii, siin. Kohal. Okei, ma tulen maa... siin ongi mingid verejäljed. Siin on mingid verejäljed.
That has to be that ford Pike was talking about. I should take a look around here.
Okei, siin on midagi üldse või? Ei, siin on mingi verejäljed. Ma siia ennem või? See on mingi riided ju. Vaatame siia fordi või? Või mis iganes see mingi auk siin on.
This must be that basket of silver Zdena was carrying with her.
Okay.
She wouldn't have just left that here. But where did it come from? Maybe it rolled down the hill?
Jaa. Okei. Henril on head silmad ja hea nina. Okei. Kuskilt siit või? Holy shit. Tal on rinnad alles.
Poor thing. She didn't get very far. She's been lying here a long time. At first glance, this body isn't as mutilated as the others.
Just. Okay, examine the head. Try to roll over. Okay, what?
Unfortunately, I can't tell if somebody strangled her like the others. She's been lying here too long for that, but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock or dashed her hard against the ground. She must have put up a fight.
Okay.
Or maybe he lost his patience.
Examine torso.
She's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up, but I don't see any cuts. The rips are odd. Like someone was looking for something.
What the fuck? Examine her limbs.
I can't make much out by now. But it seems as if the fingers on her right hand are broken. Did the murderer torture her?
Nagu vaata,
Was he trying to
varga
get
sai
something
kätte
out of
või
her
midagi.
hand? Oh, my God. Oh,
Ta lükkas ta
something
ümber
fell
vist.
out of her. A signet ring. Oh, that must be the one she stole. How did it get inside her? Did she swallow it herself? Or did the murderer shove it in there? Was she trying to hide it?
What?
Or was it punishment
Hide
for
it.
stealing? Well,
Võib-olla.
that's enough.
Info
But what does it all
Lumir.
mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise. And that's about all I can find out. She's probably been lying here a few weeks. But that ring is a good lead.
Kuradi Sherlock Holmesi mingi mission, ma ei tea, mis ma selle episoodi nimeks panen, aga see on mingi midagi seotud Sherlock Holmesiga. Nii, lähme siis Gutenbergi tagasi. Oh my god, fast travel on hea asi. Fast travel on kuradi ma hea asi. Holy Moses. Lihtsalt palun mäng ära crashi. You see armed men, flee. Ma olen see osa läheb liiga pikaks, kui ma hakkan seal veel jurama. Nii. On juba hommik käes või? Hopp, Johanna kuni hommik käes. Nii. Kas ta elab siin või? Oh, open. Tervist, härra. Tulin heade uudistega. Lumir. I found out more about
Found out some interesting things about those murders. Just like you said.
That's wonderful news.
Püha mõistus mees, pane endale selga
I
midagi.
promised Catherine we'd wait for her.
You know Catherine?
She came to see me
Oh,
soon
mis asja?
after you did, and started asking me questions, just like you.
Will you send for her? So,
Okei. No
we're
nii.
here.
Kõik riides.
I hope nobody
Katriin,
else
sa võid
shows
riided
up.
ära võtta.
How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the murderer is?
Not exactly, but I have a few ideas.
I've asked around a bit and I have my
Sakslane,
own
sakslane.
suspicions.
Is that so?
Kas teil on mingi saksa nimi?
See, I was trying to recall some more details, and I had someone come to mind as well.
I didn't do all this for nothing, did I?
Well, I...
Spit it out. Katriin first.
Catherine, who do you suspect?
Well, I think it was that priest, Prokop.
That's nonsense.
Ta ei ole vist
It couldn't
sakslane.
have been him.
Ta on
Couldn't
vana ka.
have. Then who do you think it was?
It had to be William. Nobody else knew them all.
God, now you're talking nonsense.
Aga William ei ole
I'm
ju
sure
sakslase
William
nimi.
is innocent.
So I see we disagree. Too bad. We could have been done with it quickly.
Well, who do you think it was then?
I'm not entirely sure. First, I'll tell you what I found out, and then it might be easier for us.
Just.
Go on then. Starting with who?
Nii. Let's talk about Jarka või? Kus see koer on? I managed to find Stanya, the innkeeper. I know, okay.
I managed to find Zdena.
By the sound of it, you didn't find her alive, did you?
No. Unfortunately, she's dead.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill she used to sell things at. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight. So the killer got nervous and ended things quickly.
So he didn't strangle or mutilate her?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. But he definitely didn't hack her up like the others.
Okay. She pulled off a big robbery. Prokop argued with Zdena. Zdena tried to rob von Groll. That's all about... Okay, nii. Kõik
Judging
asjad
by
vist
what
läbi.
her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much jewelry on her, she could hardly carry it. And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
Jaa, see on huvitav küll.
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in common with a thief?
He had also looked after her. But unlike Yarka, She ended up on the street, and he took it badly. Zdena tried to rob young von Grolle. It's possible she succeeded.
Von Grolle? Yarka worked for them, didn't she?
Ah, that whole family is suspicious.
Assumptions. Nothing more.
I'd say it's pretty obvious. Why else would I have found that ring on her?
They just left the ring by her body. That's odd, isn't it?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside of it. I don't know if she swallowed it herself or someone shoved it in her.
Ah, that's awful. But I can't say it surprises me.
Okay, I managed to find Stanya the innkeeper.
I managed to find Stanya.
Alive? You found her alive?
I did. Alive and well. Hiding with the charcoal burners.
So, she's not one of our victims?
She is. She just managed to escape the killer. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him? Did she take his eye out or something?
No, she didn't stop to find out. Just ran. Which is probably why she survived.
And what about the blood in the bedroom?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She didn't stay in her room for long. She was still so scared that she grabbed her things and ran off to her beloved charcoal burner.
Issand, mis asi see on nüüd? Someone was waiting for her. It most likely wasn't Mole the innkeeper. Yep.
She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig, but the evening she ran home, he was in bed snoring.
Nee. The murderer was terribly strong.
Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a terribly strong grip. Her neck was bruised for almost a month.
Doesn't almost every man have a strong grip?
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are miners or blacksmiths, eh?
Nee. The murderer said something.
According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right? I'd expect him to at least call her a whore.
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said Scheisse.
So, we're looking for a German?
Even I say Scheisse sometimes, and I'm not German.
Mitte niimoodi, nee. Someone was waiting for her. There were two people in the alley.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices in the alley. Someone was talking to the killer.
So we have a witness. Now, just to find him.
Or an accomplice.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report it.
Nee.
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop. She said no.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him. Or he gave a different name, or...
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the worst tavern in Kuttenberg.
Okay. Stanya
admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better, but nothing came of it.
And that's probably why I wanted to kill her. And likely rape her before that.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure it wasn't William, and no matter what they say about him, in her eyes he's a good lad. She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly, and somebody knew exactly which way she would take and where to wait for her.
You mean someone followed her beforehand to figure out where to ambush her?
Who knew that she went to the baths?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. She didn't hide the fact, and that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck. Does she want to come back, or will she stay with the charcoal burners?
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now they'll come back for her, she doesn't even leave the house. Let's talk about Yarka, the one raised by Father Prokop.
What did you learn about her?
She was raised by Prokop. She served the von Grolle family.
Yarka started working for the von Grolle family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble. but they said she was always thorough and reliable.
Ah, so what's the story with von Grolls?
A very wealthy and important family. The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer. Old von Groller's been sick for years. Can't even get out of bed.
So, who runs affairs?
That would be young Hendel. They say he's quite successful.
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was actually her uncle.
Really? But he still could have killed her.
His own relative.
Why not? He's a priest. I'm sure he knows the story of Cain and Abel.
That's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more than I did.
But it's not enough. We still don't know who the killer is.
My mouth is starting to hurt from all this blabbering.
So are my ears and head.
Come now,
Someone.
we're nearly there. We just need to find our suspect. So, Henry, who do you think did it?
Grolls, Von Grolls, oi. Von Grolls, ma arvan. Ma arvan, Von Grolls. Von Grolls.
I suspect one of the Von Grollers.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Oh my god. Issand küll. Jalka Surtem. Young Von Groll could be the shooter. Zdena robbed Von Groll.
Zdena robbed Von Grolle.
That's true.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
Young Von Groll. Jalka Surtem.
Yarka was their maidservant until she started rebelling, right?
Yes. Do you think she was rebelling because of someone in particular?
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Could be. I don't have anything else on him.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And young Von Groller fits both descriptions.
True, true.
We could be getting somewhere.
And that's all I can pin on him.
So, do we agree that it was young Von Groll?
Well, old Von Groller can't do much now, can he?
So do we really agree that our most likely suspect is young Von Groller?
Aye. I agree.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of anything. But what are we gonna do about it?
Lähme vaatame seda maja.
Aren't enough.
Ja kas seal on mingid mementosi kogutud?
So you wanna search their house?
Yes.
There's nothing else we can do. There must be a clever way to do it.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture is enough. What will we do?
You could sneak in there.
Yep.
Or break in.
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling for a physician.
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones or a swordsman, or break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad. You'll figure it out.
Okei, issand jumal, no nii. Examine young Von Groll's room, infiltrate the house. Kus kohas? Oo, see on siin ligidal ju. Okei, asi läheb väga põnevaks. Kus me lähen siis? Ma lähen lihtsalt siit majast välja siis otsa. Holy moly. Mul ei ole veel, ja okei, seda on vaja. Meil on vaja füüsilisi tõendeid, on ju. Ja füüsilised tõendid on hetkel mingi kokku kuivanud rinnad. Lihtsalt nahana. Kuskil keldris äkki. Nii, kus nad elavad? Siin või? Ja ma pean see sisse murdma siis kuidagi.
One eternity later.
Oh my god, päeval saab siia lihtsalt. Oi. Okei. Servant Tadeus. Okei, ma kerisin aeg edasi. Tundub, et siin saab vist sellega suhelda või?
Can I help you?
Is this the house of the Von Grolle family?
Oh my god, ma
I've
käisin
come on
siin...
account of old Von Grolle. I hear he's seriously ill. So I came to offer my services as a healer.
You aren't
ja see vanamees.
Why do you think you might succeed?
I am a skilled medicinal herbs. I understand potions. I'm
skilled in medicinal herbs and their healing effects.
Well, I don't know if I want to let some ordinary herbalist in.
I'm the best.
Ordinary herbalist? I beg your pardon? What would apothecaries do without our herbs? How would they brew their decoctions? Monks in the oldest monasteries in Bohemia grow all kinds of medicinal plants.
That's true. I lived for quite some time in a monastery myself, and only the most experienced brothers took care of the herb garden there. My apologies. I shouldn't have doubted you.
That's all right.
Apology accepted.
I expect you're concerned about your master's well-being.
Come inside. But before you begin your healing, speak to the mistress of the house. She can certainly tell you more about what ails the master.
Okay.
Farewell.
Nii, treat old von Groll. Tervist, jaa, see on mina. Hendel von Groll. Nii, nüüd ma pean hakkama otsima neid mementosi siit vist. Või siis mitte või? Või mida ma otsin siis siit? Ikkagi treatime või? Infiltrate the house on optional. Examine young von Groll's room. Ja need on optional. Okei. Examine, kus see young von Grolli room on üldse? Kõik terve see koht on mulle avatud nüüd või? Milline tema tuba on? Ja kust ta tuppa saab üldse? Okei, kõik uksed võin siin lahti jätta, on ju. Oh my god. Nii, lõppude lõpuks olen kohale jõudnud siia. Äkki siin... Ei, ma ei usu, et oota, mis asja? Siin on mingi... Mis koht see on? Vaikselt. See on kelder. Keldris on need mementod raudselt. Mis koht see on? Kerge artifacting siin. See on see tagauks. Vist, mida ma ei saanud ennem lockpick. Ei, saab! Jaa. Teab, ma olen koht. Ja siin oligi mingi very hard oli lihtsalt see lockpick ja ma ei saanud siit sisse tulla. Okei, selge. Aga mementos ei olegi siin või? Lockpick easy on ju. Kas siin on ka veel mingi... Mis kuradi koobas see on veel? Või see on ka mingi üks... Jaa, see on teine pool, kus... Kahest uksest oleks saanud sisse siis tulla. Okei. Kui mul oleks lockpicking skill olnud. Ehk siis siin oleks kasu tulnud Thievery skillset. Okei, lähme üles siis. Nii, milline poisituba on? Ma pean selle naisega ka vist rääk... Oot, mis siin on? Siia saa. Siin on see. Okei, äkki see on poisituba. You're trespassing. Uks kinni. Nii. Kas ma leian siit midagi? Mingid verised riided või midagi? Apple. Ma ei tea, huvita. Riided on pestud siin. Siin saab magada. Nii. Lockpick hard. Okei. Mis siin on? Siin on midagi. Ei ole. What? Lockpick medium. Okei, siin ei olnudki midagi. Okei, housewife. Kas ma räägin nendega äkki siis natuke juttu või?
I've come to treat your husband, ma'am.
Is that so? So Thaddeus has checked you out? Fine then. Perhaps God will finally have mercy on Gotslin. You'll find him on the floor above, in the bedchamber to the left of the stairs.
Above?
But I suppose you'll first want to learn a bit more about his illness.
Tell me everything.
Tell me all you know.
It's been a long time since Gotslin fell ill. At first, he just lost his strength and tired easily. Nobody thought it might be an illness yet. Not until the trembling came.
Okay. What trembling? Like with chills?
Not at all. At first, his hands started shaking. But over time, the shaking got worse. And he got it in his legs. And the stronger it was, the weaker my husband got. Nowadays, he can't even get out of bed. He can't talk properly either. So he spends most of his time alone.
Okay.
If he'd at least ask God for mercy. But that sinner is not even capable of that.
Okay. What caused the illness?
Do you have any idea what caused his illness?
Am I a physician? Find out yourself.
Well, you might have some idea. Was he injured in the past? Did he lead an unhealthy life? You'll know more about these things than me.
I don't know about any old injuries, but Gotslin never lived in moderation. He drank a lot, and he burdened his soul in other ways as well.
Okay. Did he drink a lot?
You say he drank? Did he drink a lot?
Uncontrollably. But if only that was all.
What else? Did he eat too much meat?
Yes. Yes, a lot of meat.
That's not all.
But that's not all, is it?
That's none of your business. You came to treat him, not to hear his confession.
Well, I don't want to hear anyone's confession. But isn't it important?
You answered that yourself.
Oh my god.
It's not.
How long has he been ill, exactly?
It must be years now that he's been this bad. But his hands started to shake earlier than that. God only knows if it isn't from all that endless drinking of his.
Äkki see ongi mõrvar tegelikult või? What else is bothering?
What else is bothering him, besides the trembling?
I don't really like talking about it. But he can't defecate properly.
And how is his stool when he does defecate?
Check it yourself. You're the physician here.
Okay.
What does he get to eat now? If he's constipated, that might have something to do with it.
The cook prepares his meals. You can ask her.
Okay.
I'll go and take a look at him.
Nii, kus see kukk on? Ma nägin vahepeal siin kedagi. Mingi kukk käib siin ringi. Kus see kukk on? Housewife.
Good day.
No nii.
What would you like?
What do you cook?
Came to heal your master. And I'd like to know what you cook for him.
But of course, sir. Mostly light meat, poultry and fish. And then lots of vegetables.
Okay.
One Sawbones already told us what the old gent should eat. But he don't eat much anyways, so it don't make no sense. He told us to give him some wine sparingly, but my mistress banned it.
Okay. Why doesn't your master eat?
And why doesn't he eat?
How should I know? He don't say a word as the day is long. He used to be very fond of chasing women and boozing, true. But at least he was always merry. Now he's just a grouch. I ain't surprised he don't like his food.
Why did your mistress forbid him?
Why did she forbid him to drink?
Master used to drink a lot, and mistress weren't too pleased about it. She says drinking is a sin, and the devil's lure.
Which physician was he?
Which physician treated him? Do you recall?
Some gent called Albeek from Moravia, I heard. He came, looked at the master, and then just told us what to cook for him.
Okay, that's enough.
Thanks. That'll do me.
Farewell.
Püha haameristus, mis...
So you don't scare.
Jah, ma tean. Oota, kas siis saab siia minna või? Ta ütles mingi up mingi... Või siit läheb mingi kuradi trepp üles või? Siin see kukker ongi. No nii. Examine father.
I'm a physician. And I've come to examine you, sir. Well, he really won't be telling me much. Although it does seem he knows I'm here.
Okay, let's see how he looks. Check his hand and feet. I'll try talking to him. Check his stool. Okay.
His wife said he suffered from constipation. I'd better take a look at it now. Where's his chamber pot?
Oh my god, me peame otsima mingi sitapotti. Check bowel movement. Check the bowel movement. Siin on mingi sitapott. Junnid on sees siin.
So,
mida me... Mis kuradi side quest see on
much, but his stool is fine otherwise. If he can't shit, the problem will be somewhere else.
Examine father. Let's see how he looks.
At first glance, he's quite thin. I know he doesn't get around much, but this is too much. He's just skin and bones. But if he doesn't eat much, then it's no wonder.
Okay, check hand and feet.
It's true. His arms and legs really are shaking. A lot. I've never seen this before.
Reputation lost, right?
No idea what this could be.
I'm talking.
Sir? Sir? If you can hear me, blink once. If not, blink twice. 1, 2. But if he can't...
Right,
I won't torment you.
Okay, I suppose that's all I can find. I'll be back. Yep.
I won't find out anything more. And even if I can't cure him, at least I can bring him some relief. A decoction for the pain should alleviate that trembling.
Yeah.
A digestive will help him with his constipation,
yeah.
At least for now. But he has to start eating more. I'm sure he's not eating because he's miserable here alone all the time. I'll try to cheer him up. Though I doubt it'll be easy.
Treat old treat. I'll give you something for digestion.
I'll give you a digestion decoction.
Nee.
Drink up. It'll help you.
Okay. I'll give you decoction for your pain.
I'll give you a decoction.
Painkiller brew.
Here. Sip it slowly, so you don't choke on it.
Nee. Ja siis... Cheer him up.
I heard you didn't need to be asked twice in your day. Wine, women and song. Am I right? I reckon you must really miss that. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing better than getting a skinful, eh? Yes. I knew it. I took one look at you and I said to myself, here lies a fellow who could teach me a thing or two. I bet that you know every tavern and every alehouse wench here in Kuttenberg. Your wife thinks this is all a punishment for the little pleasures that men deserve to indulge in.
No pärast see ongi mõrvar mingi. Ei vaevalt.
Right?
Pigem ta poeg on ju.
What does she know about it? A bit of discomfort is a small price for some serious fun, right?
No.
And don't you worry. As soon as we get you fixed up, I bet you'll run off to the tavern to enjoy yourself again.
Rep lost. What? I'll give you something to drink. That'll be all.
That's all I can do.
Rest in pepperonis, raisk.
So, how'd you feel? I did everything I could. I suppose this is just too much for me. But maybe it'll get better.
Nii, treat, talk to Gosling wife. Okay. I can't help your husband.
Sorry, but I can't help your husband.
What can one do? God giveth, God taketh away. Who are we to try to bend God's will?
Kas siin oleks võinud
Here's
paremini minna
something
või?
for your efforts. And now run along.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma tegin seda kõike 60 grossini eest või?
Maybe wash up a bit.
One eternity later.
Oh, mis asja? Handle chest key. Kuidas keegi peaks selle leidma siit? Issand. Handle chest key. Kus ma seda kasutan? See seal või? Oh my god, mingi võti oli nagu üldse ei olnud näha seda. Unlock and open. Bearded axe. Trophies from victims.
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is.
Okay, talk with Lumir. Ma pean kuidagi siit vaikselt välja saama. Oh my god, mul läks tund aega vist selle missiooni peale siin. Lihtsalt siin majas peaaegu. Mingi võti oli põrandal. Oh my god, tagasi Lumiri juurde. Püha müristus reis. Mingi kuradi vana, selle venna vanameest pidin veel mingi ravima selle. Oh my god reis. Mul nii palju aega läinud selle episoodi peale. See episood on mingi 3 tundi vist pikk, ma ei tea. Ma tahtsin kampaaniat edasi mängida. Aga siis tuli siuke side quest raisk. Okei, no nii, leidsimegi mõrvari, ongi see kukkel raisk. Täitsa perses raisk. Holy, mis uudised mul on. Aamen, jah. Oh my god.
I need to discuss that visit to the Von Grollers.
Excellent. Let's find Catherine. You can tell us everything.
I think we were right.
Täitsa perses.
Something seriously fishy there.
Well, don't keep us in suspense. What did you find out?
Oh.
You found something there.
Tere, ma tahan näha, kuidas keegi selle võtme veel üles leiab seal.
Certainly did. In the young lord's room.
Ilma abita.
What was it?
This. He had it in a chest in his
ma
room.
vaatasin seal toas mingi pool tundi
all
ringi.
Brown, but all a bit different. They're definitely from those murdered girls.
Hair? But that's not enough. That definitely won't suffice as proof.
Why wouldn't it? He took them as a keepsake from the dead girls, as a trophy. It was him.
But nobody will believe us. We need more than just hair.
See on DNA.
A bloody dress or
Oota, 500 aastat.
To be honest,
siis saame
I don't
DNA
think we're gonna
analüüsi
find
teha
anything like that.
ja see tõestab.
They're pretty careful to cover their tracks.
Damn it. We're fucked. If we at least had a witness.
And what about 3 witnesses at once?
Where are you going to find 3 witnesses when
Need
you
kes
don't
elus
even
on.
have one?
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain young Hendel did it. So what if we set a trap and catch him in the act?
And how do you want to do that? I mean, we don't know who he's planning to murder next.
We'll set someone up. Some brunette.
You want to sacrifice some poor girl?
No,
Catherine.
nobody's gonna get hurt. We'll be keeping our eye on her the whole time.
The only one I can think of is Stanya.
No, Catherine.
And I highly doubt that she'd want to risk her life again.
She won't have to.
Jep,
I'll do it.
no nii.
But you haven't had anything to do with him. He'll see through it immediately. It'll fail.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Catherine up a bit, and she'll go asking for the young lord, father of her
Ta on juba
child.
dressed up.
When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her to fix things up.
I'll cause such a scene, they'll be talking about it for years. Then we'll tell them where he can find me, and we've got him.
If you say so. But where can we do it? We can't do it here. They'd figure it out pretty quick.
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. It has only one way out. You'll be hiding across the way, and jump out at the right moment.
Loodetavasti.
I repeat, at the right moment.
Don't worry,
Okay.
we won't take our eyes off you.
No nii. Ohoh.
Where's Hendel? I need to talk to him!
Oota, mis trap see nüüd on?
Don't you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me.
Get rid of her. Disgrace.
Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Hendel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I?
Ja see on see turvamees
He
ju.
came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin. Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him.
Mida kuradit raisk. Mida näitamist. Okei. Oo, tänu jumalale, natukene on mingi kuradi siin cutscene ka ikka. See on side mission, millel on tehtud siuksed cutscene'id või? Holy. Armas kiisu. Ma mäletan, kui mul vanaemal olid kassid, siis ma alati söötsin neile siukseid kilusi. Neile nii maitsesid kilud. 20 kassi.
It's open.
Okei. Oh shit. Joota.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Hendel?
Just.
Hendel, you wanton whore!
See on just turva.
Debauching my son! Nanny goat like you! The others were at least young, but you! Christ, the
mis asja?
trials I have to endure! A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it. Slice her up, so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Gut in, is it?
Oh shit, see turvamees oli... What?
Get that bitch, you fool!
See turvamees oligi, kellega ta rääkis vist juttu seal. Ta ütles, et 2 inimest oli nagu Ja see turvamees lihtsalt mingi tappis kõik need libud ära. Stop the murderer. Ma käib. Halloo? Mis pugi see on? Vasta majast väljagi ju. Lõpetage ära, mida? Mis kuradi pugine mäng, raisk? Issand, kui kaugel on save. Siin ei ole save'i vahepeal olnud. Mida ma teen? Ma ei saa majast välja. Mida sitta lihtsalt?
What the hell? That's hair. All kinds of brown.
What the fuck, you
guys? Belong to those dead girls.
Mine
if this isn't proof, nothing is.
Issand jumal küll. No nii, palun nüüd. Speak. Surrender.
Enough! I surrender. Ah!
Go to hell!
Wait! I surrender.
Miks siin katki on missioon?
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit!
Davai. Vend tegi ukse lahti mulle. Ma pidin battle cry'd lihtsalt kasutama. Oh my god, raisk. Oot, mis asja? Look. Oh my god, nii bugine quest. Mida
Why the
sitta?
fuck did you kill them?
I'll tell you.
No nii.
But you aren't going to like it.
Maksti talle. See vana...
I'm listening.
See ema maksis kinni kõik või?
It's the right thing to do.
Või mis asja?
What's right about murder?
All those whores had it coming.
Oh my god. Ja, need kuradi litside tapjad. Oh my god. Confess how many people you killed. Mandarina had the last word. I won't kill you. I'll let the law have you. I should kill you here. I will have the law.
Don't worry. I'm not going to kill you.
Ja siis lähme hukkamist vaatama.
I'll hand you over to the city law.
I'm not worried. I'll have you know. My conscience is clear. They were all nobodies anyways. The bailiff should thank me for cleansing his city of them.
Shut your mouth already. Don't make me regret my decision.
Nii. Mis nüüd? Go to Catherine.
Careful.
Oota, see vend võib siia jääda või? Tule eest ära. Mine persona. No mine persona. No ei ole võimalik. Ma pean selle venna ära tapma. Oh, nice. Nii. Okei, paneme relva ära.
Why not? She just...
Holy.
Catherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How dare you? Hands off, you heretical scum.
Shut up.
I have some more questions for her. Yep.
Let her speak. I still don't understand what actually went on here. I have some questions for you.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent. Nothing. You can't keep me here. Let me go. I'm a woman of worth.
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will loosen your tongue when your feet start burning. But why wait, right? I'll cut your ear off. Maybe both of them. All you need to talk is a tongue.
No! Let me go!
Why did you do it? Handel knew about it. Do you know you killed innocent... Did Handel oli see poeg tal, on ju?
And what about Handel? Did he know what you were doing?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation? Of course not. But one day he'll be grateful to me for it.
He's going to jump for joy. His mother a mad woman, and his servant a murderer.
Speak politely to me, you whore.
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly. I'm sorely tempted to finish this here and now.
See, mis asja, see mingi kuradi ema oli koos selle kuradi turvamehega ja tapsid neid kuradi litsikesi või? Ja niimoodi, no jah. Nagu täiesti mutilate'isid neid kehase, vaata. lõikasid asju otsast ära ja no ma tean, miks ta tegi. What about the hair? Do you know you kill... What about the hair?
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest?
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me he wasn't involved, but he was keeping their hair?
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his. So we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him it was from them, as a parting gift.
Well, you didn't find that strange?
Out of sight, out of mind. He always found some new harlot anyway.
What the... Okay.
Do you realise you also killed girls who had nothing to do with
it? Yeah, just...
That's not possible. I saw them all with my own 2 eyes, chatting with him and giggling.
And what about that alehouse wench?
That strumpet. I saw how she treated him. It's a damned shame she got away.
But she really had nothing to do with Hendel.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she didn't want to fornicate with him. They all deserved it. Every single one. And better sooner than later. That trollop in our service even got herself with child. And she wanted to keep it. The slut.
And what about Zdena?
Sellepärast lõikasid kõhu lahti mingi või?
And you killed her anyway?
She fawned over him like all the others. He even gave her a ring, which she probably sold immediately. She deserved it. She was a thief, and stealing is a mortal sin.
Why did you do it?
Why did you do it, for Christ's sake?
Don't blaspheme, you heathen.
Come on, answer him or it's gonna hurt.
My husband...
It's gonna hurt either way.
He drank a lot, ran around with whores and didn't pray enough. And God punished him for it. I couldn't allow the same thing to happen to Hendel.
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk to him about it?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to sow his wild oats before finding a wife.
So your own son didn't listen to you? And you started killing the girls who were...
Who seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it in hell. But there's no way they were going to drag my Hendel there with them.
Okay.
There was no blood where Alice was found. Where did you kill them?
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me something about an abandoned barn. I only told him to cut them up thoroughly.
Why?
Why? As a warning. So those whores knew what awaited them. To put the fear of God in them.
I better stop asking questions.
Burn in hell! All of you!
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bailiff. She'll get justice there.
Paluks hea
You
katsi.
don't have to go anywhere. I'll give her justice right here, right now.
But we can't do that. She has to go before the court. The law must be upheld.
Yep,
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight. And what judgment will there be? She's from a wealthy family. Nothing will happen to her.
Don't you dare judge me. Only God can do that.
Shut your mouth, you sow. You judged and punished some random girls. And now you'll blaspheme like that?
Our Lord directed me. I did
Kas
it
see
through
antakse
his
valik, et
will.
ma pean Catherine'i valima? Kui ma tahan Catherine'i ka
And you want to
sõlmida?
let her live?
But that's not justice. It's murder. Henry, won't you
Ei,
say something?
I
nüüd on
told
taimeriga.
you, don't
Sul on
you
3 sekundit
dare
aega.
judge me. I am a servant of God.
Holy shit. Okay, timer pa. She has to die. We have to hand her over to the executioner. Ja, see on parem. Nii või naa sureb siis. Me ei pea kohe siin praegu tapma, kurat.
Put away that knife, Catherine. We'll hand her over to the law.
Just, võta.
Don't tell me you'd let her get away with it.
No.
She's not going to get away with anything.
Just.
She
Ma luban.
killed so many people.
Ja kui saab, siis ma
She's lucky
teen ise
they'll
otsa
just
peale
hang her.
hiljem.
If not, she'll be buried alive.
That's right.
See poomine on igav.
We caught
Pea
her in
maha
the
ikka.
act and she's confessed to us. They can't just let her go.
Of course they can. It's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. You'll see that all these rich burgher and lords have their own justice.
That won't happen. I guarantee you she...
You can't guarantee a thing. You're not the bailiff and you won't be judging her.
She's right, though. We can't just let her out into the streets. She must be punished. And if not, then you can always go and pay her a visit, right?
Just
You know
nii.
very well who she is.
All right then, you last of the righteous. Take that viper
kui ma
away.
peaksin
and may
ühe
God protect you if
miinuspunkti
they set her
Katriiniga
free.
praegu
Don't
selle
worry.
eest saama.
I'll take her away.
Well, this was a lot
Fekkeint.
stranger
Ma
than I
loodan, et
expected.
Katriiniga.
Do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not sure of anything anymore. Not even myself. Can we just be quiet for a while?
Jaa, lähme üles ruumi. Yeah.
As you wish.
Palju veel, mul on tuba siin üleval. Wink, wink.
It was damned odd.
Aye, that it was. Let's go and see Lumir. I wonder how he fared.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Tell us, Lumir. How did it turn out?
Did it end well?
Ma tahan näha.
We're not going to get into trouble now, are we?
Ma tahan näha
It
hukkamist.
ended well, and I didn't even tell anyone about you.
I'm surprised it worked out. Both of them must have been lying through their teeth.
Well, if it came to it, I would have had to bring you both in as witnesses. But fortune smiled upon us.
They didn't admit to it, did they?
Sort of. The servant shouted that he was forced into it by Mandalina. And Mandalina completely lost her mind and started screaming that it was the right thing to do. And anyone in her place would have done the same.
My God!
Siin oleks võinud mingi cutscene olla.
She would never have started murdering.
Kohtust mingi ja siis
What happens
hukkamisest.
to them now?
Thaddeus will hang. No doubt about that. And Mandalina, right now she's locked up. We'll see what happens to her.
I knew it!
She'll be punished and not hurt anyone else. That's enough for me.
Nii, what will you do, Lumir? What will you do now, Katriin?
And what will you do now? Will you go back to the town hall, Lumir?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but I probably won't go back now. Maybe better to write something about it. Who knows?
Won't you go back to drinking?
No, it didn't help anything, did it? If I had just persevered instead, I should have pitied those girls, and not myself.
Don't fret. It was a terrible mess and all three of us had to put our heads together.
Yes. You helped me when I was in need and didn't even know it. Maybe I'll just keep helping as long as I can.
Helping others is the best thing a person can do in this world.
Okay, mis Katriin teeb?
And what will you do, Catherine? Will you stay here?
My work isn't done yet. I have to work in the tavern here and then we'll see. Maybe I'll find work elsewhere.
Okay.
Do you think we could have done better?
Everything can always be done better. But most important is to do it well and quickly.
Catherine is right. I'll still be kicking myself. Maybe to my dying day. But none of us did anything bad.
That's not entirely true.
I'm talking about innocent people. No more girls die because of you. And that's good.
Well, let's go our separate ways.
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders. And you also saved me.
Ja Katriini ka.
And for that, I will be eternally grateful.
Tule lõpuvõitlusesse kaasa.
Without you, the devil knows how it would have turned out.
Here you are, as a keepsake. And perhaps as a reward. And if you ever pass by, look us up.
Yes, here is a reward, Henry. And Lumir, we shall certainly meet again.
No nii. Boom. 150 grossonit või? See kuradi side quest oli mingi 3 tundi pikk reisk. 150 grossonit ja üks sitane kilp reisk. Gutenberg Knight Shield, mille ma võin igalt ühelt võtta. Ma loodan, et see mega site, mis on meeldis teile. Katriiniga saab rääkida. Oot, Katriiniga. Katriin. Joo. Räägi. Miks sa ei räägi minuga enam, Katriin? Kas ma pean... Oh, nii. How do you make people trust...
I don't understand how you always get people to tell you anything you want.
We women have it in our blood.
What? Spying?
No, you rogue. Knowing how to listen. And also how to size people up.
It'd be good to learn a few tricks from you.
I can't now. Come back later.
Teach me.
I'd like to learn a few tricks from you.
I can't now.
Oh my, okei, see hakkab ka siis nagu mingi vendor olema. See oligi kõik või? Nii, oota, mul üks asi oli veel tegelikult. Ma pidin tagasi minema ju siia. Kämpi. See oli see kämp või? Ei. Kus ma käisin? Ma käisin siin, on ju. Ja pidin sellele tüdrukule ütlema, vot see kämp, see on Chakorali kämp. Ma pidin sellele tüdrukule ütlema mingisugune, et nüüd on turvaline tagasi minna. Nii et seda ma teen. Ma teen selle asja veel ära. Ja siis nagu, siis lõpetame episoodi. Lõppude lõpuks. Nii, nüüd saab see side mission tõelise lõpu vist. Lockpick very easy. Muidugi. Ootame kuskil kuradi kella 11 siin vist. Oh my god, ma pean magama kuskil. Ma suren ära varsti, kui ma ei maga. Mis siis juhtub, kui ma magama ei lähe? Mis asja? Kas ma ei või siin olla või? Jaa, toks, Stanya. Tere.
Do you need something?
Jaa, the murder was.
Stanya, I have good news for you. We caught the murderer.
What? Really? Who was it?
It was a von Groller's servant. He was ordered to do so by the young lord's mother.
What kind of nonsense is that? I don't even know her.
That doesn't matter. She thought you were consorting with her son and decided to kill you.
But I hardly even talked to him. But thank you. Now maybe I'll feel better. I won't wake up at night thinking I heard someone. I won't feel those fingers around my neck.
See peab midagi väärt olema.
A bit longer without food and I'll really start to be grumpy.
Can I help you?
Just, Stanya.
I hope nothing's missing.
Rohkem mitte midagi või? See oli kõik või? See oli kõik või? Ma pean kuskil magama minema, aga ma ei tea kuhu. Open. Stanya. You are in a private area. Okei, stole. Ei, siin peab midagi.
Hey, what are you doing here? You're not allowed.
Issand. Mitte midagi tarka ei saanud siin. Okei, lähme hobuse otsa on ju. Nii. Kas mul on võimalik quick travelida praegu nüüd? Siis lõppude lõpuks siia või? Issand. Devil juurde. Nii. 14. Flee. 14, 13. Oh-oh. Ma ei saa cancel ka panna. Mis juhtub, kui nagu see nulli läheb? 7, 6, 5, 4. Oh my god, ma jõudsin ja mul on vood üleval. Mu vood on seal, ma pean jõudma. Ma pean kuidagi jõudma sinna. Nii, natuke veel. Mul on võib-olla mingi 1 minut on praegu elus alles. 1 minut. Nii, kiiresti. Siit. Palun, ei. Ma ei tea, millal mul viimane save oli. Seda pole olnudki. Sleep and save. Issand jumal. Nii, kas ma nälgin nüüd mingi surnuks või? Paneme kuskile... Paneme nii, et ikka full sleep. Just. Ja siis võib kuskil natuke edasi minna. Nii. Ja siis sööme ka kohe midagi. Game saved, eks. Ja me sööme midagi väga head. Näiteks nagu mingi... Sööme lihtsalt breedi. Osso raisk, breed on nii palju. Oh my god raisk. Nii. Lähme see välja, on ju. Nüüd lihtsalt ootame mingi... Nii palju, on ju. Ja siis kõik mu kuradi grupeering ja värki, kõik on siin valmis, on ju. Try Devilid ja kõik värgid. Ei oota, mul ei lihtsalt vaja siia Try Devilisse tulla, on ju. Oh my god, palun ära crashi. Oh my god. No nii. Mis ma nüüd tegema pean siis? Järgmiseks, või nagu Consult with Shiska. Jeesus Kristus, kuulge. Siia mu episood jääb, koodvin on veel siin ja... Ma loodan, et see meeldis teile. Ma ei tea, kuidas ma selle kokku kõik editin, sest et seal oli... Shiska ongi siin. Et... Shiska läheb siia, on ju. Chillime, hängi, jääb. Et... Siuke oli kerge side mission. Ma arvan, et see võis olla mängu kõige suurem side mission äkki või? Ei tohiks olla, aga seal olid cutscene'id ja ma ei ole side missionites nagu korralikult cutscene'e minu arust üldse näinud kunagi või parem. Ja Katriin oli seal, noh, ma ei tea. Anyway, kuulge, siuke kiire lühike episood, mis ei olnud üldse main missioniga seotud. Ma ei tea, ma vajan mingi Sherlock Holmesi mingisugune kuradi missioon oli see. Ei, suht äge, nagu kui siukseid veel on siin kuskil mingi, siis jaa, miks mitte nagu.
Greetings to you!
Greetings, kohe hakkame arutama siin, kuidas taga siis seda Eerikut maha võtta. Siis on veel Von Bergov vaja maha võtta. Siis on see kuradi, see kiilakas turvamees vaja maha võtta ja siis veel see kuradi Sigismund maha võtta. Oh my god, mis kuradi torm see käima hakkas. Aga seda kõike järgmises episoodist, nii et mis ikka, teeks, et vaatasite, tohite minuga, olgem ausad, kohtume juba järgmises episoodis, kui ma siin kuradi äikese lööki ei saa ja surma ei saa. Okei, tšauki!